Steel boots stomping, crashing the floor. Two wild Yinzers kicking through the door. Loud like a jag off at a Pins game fight. Brace yourself, this ride ain't polite. Dum Yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Tales from the burg with a hint of mayhem. Pierogi powered, nothing can constrain them. Knocking back stories like an icy cold brew. You never know what these two might spew. Two Dum Yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. From the bug with a hint of mayhem. Pierogi powered, nothing can constrain them. Knocking back stories like an icy cold brew. You never know what these two might spew. Two Dum Yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Rivers collide where the laughs always flow. Black and gold thunder everywhere they go. The madcap kings breaking every mold. With two Dum Yinzers, the stories don't get old. Two Dum Yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, wherever you may be. Welcome back to the Two Dum Yinzers Show. That's right, everybody. This is episode 885 of the show. Welcome back. Glad to be here for this Thursday installment of Wildcard Week, if you will. It's time to get into it, guys. We have a big game coming up this week. Monday Night Football. As a matter of fact, a lot of football starting today, all the way through Monday night, guys. We got big college football game today, 7:30, Ole Miss in Miami. Tomorrow, Oregon and Indiana. Saturday, two pro games, the Rams and the Panthers, Green Bay and Chicago. Sunday, the Bills, Jags, 49ers, Eagles, Chargers, and Patriots. And, of course, Monday, the Pittsburgh Steelers will be hosting the Houston Texans right here in Pittsburgh in wild card round game one. Round one for the Pittsburgh Steelers, guys. A lot of things to get into as we do get inch closer and closer to game day. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Welcome back to the big show, guys. Welcome back. A lot of things going on today. We are going to do our picks today on the show because we are going to pick college games as well. And, of course, as I just said, we do have a college game tonight, between Ole Miss and Miami. So Finch will be by. Derpy will be by shortly. We got a lot of things going on today, guys, and it's going to be really exciting. I hope you stick around for the duration because we have a lot of stuff to get into today. Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Let me get on the board to see how everybody is doing. Miss Pittsburgh is fired up and ready to go. I got to be honest with you. Miss Pittsburgh's she's been comparable to that excitement that I seen that Coach T had in the second half of the game the other night, and I was kind of going on and on about it the other day, about how I'd like to just see more excitement from him and some more emotion just in general would be great to see from the head coach. Again, you're trying to get 53 guys fired up to play a game that, again, they're millionaires and they got to, it's a hard work. So at the end of the day, I love to see it. And I got to be honest with you, Miss Pittsburgh is also bringing that same energy this week on the board. You love to see it. Good morning, good afternoon. Miss Pittsburgh, welcome back to the show. Always great to have you here. She follows it up by saying, good afternoon, everyone. Here we go, Steelers, following that up by a let's go. Good afternoon to Bingo, my man. Always great seeing you, sir. Yinzer Joe, what's up, brother? Yinzer Joe says, I'm ready for the football games and the Steelers to win Monday. Me too. This might be one of the most exciting weekends of the year. Collectively, when you're looking at football, you have the best of the best in college going at it, looking to figure out who's going to be their two championship contenders. Then also you have the first round of the NFL. Next week will be pretty exciting as well. But this is where we be right now, guys. Good, nice to see you, Yinzer Joe. Miss Pittsburgh says, Steelers Nation run this. That's right, baby. That's right. Say what you will. Steeler Nation does run this. And I have a few things today that's going to prove that to you. Here we go, Steeler Nation. Miss Pittsburgh also says, Steeler freak John, my man. John says, I miss counting how many times Ryan would say Mike's name in a play. You know what? I realized that too, John. Because when I was going back watching through the show, I noticed I did it too when he was popping in audibly, and I kept saying it as well. It's a bad habit. I don't know what it is. It's just, I don't know. Good question. Just learning. What's up, brother? He says, best pod. Let us interact and get things off our chest. And I learn. Absolutely. That's what it's all about. This is the show of the voice of the Yinzer. This is the show of the voice of Steeler Nation. Half the show is yours, guys. You're here to voice your the opinion and voices of Steeler Nation. I don't stop you. I invite you. I encourage you. Because you on the other side of this camera is just as important as we on this side of the camera. It truly is. That's what makes this show what it is. And we're proud of that. And we stand by that. We talk about that. When we're not in the air, we talk about these things. And you guys are very important to this show. And we're glad to have you. And we wouldn't want to have it any other way. We give that voice and, we want to hear what you want to say. We want to get it out there instead of just hearing what the media has to say. I don't care for that. But nice to see you, my man. Always great to see you. Just learning on the terrible board. Richard, good morning. Always great to see you as well. Armac, what up, yo? Mike from behind the scenes is saying, Dum Yinzers, the real voice of the fan. You almost just said what I said. That was pretty interesting. Again, that kind of proves that I say we do talk about this kind of stuff off the air. Vegas, what's good, brother? Always great seeing the Vegas, my big dog Vegas, all the way from Las Vegas. And I thought about you afterwards the other day too, because you were saying it was only 49 degrees in Las Vegas. To me, that's weird. I think of Vegas, I think of deserts and these kind of things. And when I seen that, I thought, wow, that's cold. That is cold for out there. Speaking of Vegas, my man, Big John Stud, middle name Mud Steeler Freak, he says, the burp came in early this morning. Sometimes you just got to go where nature takes you, man. And then also Steeler Freak says, this, Ryan, I like interaction. You and Mike have the, absolutely. Hey, and you know what? It's not out of the cards. It's not out of the cards. So just hang in there, everybody. We have, here we are. Here we are. The NFL playoffs. We could have, by the chance of a kid missing a football, this could be a totally different show today, this week, this month, the rest of the year. So I am glad to have everybody here, and I'm glad to talk Steelers, and I'm glad our team is still in it, and I'm glad that we're playing Monday, and I'm glad we have a chance, and I'm glad that we do have a winnable game. Not an easy team by any means, but a winnable game. So we're here for it, guys. A few things. As I said, Derpy and Finch will be rolling in around. They'll be rolling in soon. I think Derpy a little bit earlier, but they will be in for picks today. Let me get. I'm going to stay on the board here for a little bit to start to show off because I don't want to miss anybody. Once things starts rolling along, I'm usually playing catch up. So I'm going to try to stay ahead of these chains a little bit, if you will. Tortilla, what's up, brother? Always great seeing Tortilla. What's up, dude? All the way from California, my man. Steeler Freak says this currently 48 degrees in Vegas. That's crazy to me. I definitely don't think, I don't be thinking 30 degrees when I think of Las Vegas by any means. I still have a lot of things to learn. I really do at this age, this part of my life. I'm realizing that more every day. Let's see. Scott Atkins, what's up, dude? DK needs to unleash the monster in him on the field. I'm tired of hearing about Derek Stingley. They have to play aggressive but smart. No turnovers, equal moving on the division. I agree. DK has to have a big day. The Steelers have to have a big day. They got to go out and just not shit the bed as they did when they faced the Chargers defense. And a lot of people are saying, I'm seeing the Cleveland game was a bit of a blessing because it gives us an opportunity to go back and look at the things that kind of defense was able to do and we were able to do against it. And being a very similar a very similar style, just a very strong defense for this Houston Texans, guys. So again, maybe that game against Cleveland could have been a blessing in disguise. Another thing that could be a blessing in disguise is this. Remember leading up to the playoffs, leading up to the Baltimore game, after the Cleveland game, I said maybe that was a good loss to take anyway. Maybe you want to get a loss out of the way before you go to the playoffs and try to start a new winning streak. Well, be it as it may, the Houston Texans are on a 9-game winning streak. Talking about due for a loss. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Yes, teams have gone on streaks and entered the playoffs and done well, but also just human nature has it. And you watch sports like I do, guys. You see that you're eventually going to lose. You can't win forever. And again, winning 9 straight for Houston, I think that sounds really good for them, but it might play in our advantage, in our favor. We'll keep an eye on it, guys. Let me get back on the board here. Steeler Freak said this. I had rain this morning. Do you not get a lot of rain in Vegas? See, I'm not familiar. I just know it's hot. That's the one thing I know about Las Vegas, and that's it. I'm very limited, if you will. Just Learning says this. Rodgers took a villain in Steelers black, and I love it. Rodgers looked like a villain. I love that. Yes, absolutely. I'm on a littler screen today because for whatever reason, my main screen, every 3 weeks or so, it decides not to show me messages. So I have to pull up my iPad where I have messages in smaller. So I apologize. I'm just hang in there. Bear with me, guys. It's going to be fine. Jolly Mon, I do want to say welcome to the Terrible Board. Great to have you. Welcome to the show. Jolly. Tortilla says Nevada is cold as shit at night. Hell, California is only 35 degrees. That's wild. That is wild. I just assumed that it was always nice out that way and always hot. And but I guess the one thing that always stays consistent is people say that San Diego has the most perfect weather in the world, or at least in our country. Never been there, but I would like to. I'd like to take a stab at it one day. San Diego, that sounds beautiful out there. Let's take a look at what's going on with Bingo. Bingo says this. Bingo says, you're not going to be surprised at a low-scoring game. Hey, damn right. If we want to win, it better be a low-scoring game. If Houston Texans score 30 points in this game, we have no chance. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. And I guess anything's possible, but I mean, realistically, if Houston gets out big early, it's going to be a tough comeback. It's going to be a tough game. So we'll talk about that and so much more, guys. I'm going to go right here. Armac, my man, Armac, welcome back to the Terrible Board. He says the Raven finale was a good playoff prep. It was. The atmosphere was amazing. It was a playoff atmosphere. That's a plus. So, again, you could take some things from the games, and just like in life, you could pretty much take something from everybody and learn a little bit. And maybe the way this season played out was finding the way to win 4 of the last 5 games, and then taking a look also at that loss with that really good defense up in Cleveland. Again, that's a lot of stuff we could use to study. And, again, studying they should be doing. All hands on deck. This is it. Because if you don't do good enough, guys, you go home. This just in. The Baltimore Ravens have announced that they will be resting all their players this week. That's right, Baltimore, guys. Give it up for the Ravens. All on the couch this week. Our good friends from Baltimore. Always great to see you on the couch, guys. Let me move on. Steeler Freak says this. Rodgers needs to have someone drag his helmet around behind a car for a while. I like it when Steelers helmets look scuffed up compared to the opponent. Shiny ones on game day. Mark Malone says 35 degrees. LOL. Ninja, please. Scott Atkins, what's up, brother? Always great seeing Scott Atkins on the board. I guess I just talked to you. So, Scott, he says this Rodgers knows how to get points in the first half of games. Two-score lead will make the Steeler Nation explode. I can't wait. If I had a guess, I'd say this is going to be just like every other Steeler game that's ever existed in the history of ever. If we win, be prepared. Be prepared to get your defibrillator ready. That's all I got to say. Come on. Or if we go down big early, it's probably going to be a bad day. That's what the Steelers. Have you seen anything else from this team in the past 2, 3, 4, 5 years? Wins are hard fought, fighting, grueling games to the end. Losses are losses. And again, maybe by the end of the first quarter, we could have a pretty decent feel of what this game is going to feel like. I say that because the first quarter, the Steelers do usually start slow. As somebody mentioned on the board yesterday, they kind of try to feel you out. And that kind of leads to the way Steeler games tend to go. But a lot of times you have an idea of where a game is going by the end of the first quarter, midway through the second quarter, just by the play of the teams, what they brought, how they're performing, if their heads are in the game and such. And the days, what up, my man? And the days, he says this. Hey guys, Steelers 31-21. And I would love to see a 31-21 game in my opinion. I don't think that's going to happen. But again, I do respect that end of days, and I hope you're right. Because if you're right, we win, and then everybody wins. I just don't find it. I find it difficult. We're going to leave them 31-21 again, and I hope I'm wrong. If it's just me, I think that's going to be difficult to do. If we win this game, I think it's going to be a typical Steeler win. It's probably going to be I don't know what, 20-16, something along those lines. So again, I love the guess. I hope it lands that way. Believe me, I will get on here and tell you you're right every day if that does happen that way. Derpy, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great, sir. How are you?
Doing well. We got a big day today. This is Thursday. We're going to do picks today. We have college football.
Yes.
And a lot going on this weekend. Matter of fact, one of the biggest football weekends of the year. I'm here for it. Derpy has his Pittsburgh hat on. I'm liking it. Looking good. I got to be honest with you.
I got the Super Bowl 40.
I don't know how you're going to be able to keep chicks off of you looking like this. Come on.
I got the Super Bowl 40 shirt on, too.
I like it. I like it a lot. 20 years ago, guys,
That's crazy.
We did win the Super Bowl. Unbelievable. 20 years ago, Jerome Bettis walked away.
Right.
If you can believe that. A lot of things going on, guys. We do have a lot of things to get into. We truly, honestly do. As more coaches, Black Monday turned into Black January for head coaches as Mike McDaniel gets canned this morning. I don't know where they're at, but they were somewhere right around 7 the last time I heard. It might be right around 10 coaches looking for new jobs as the offseason does approach. Also, Arthur Smith, he gets reached out to by Tennessee.
I did see that. I just saw that before I got on.
So Tennessee, come on. He was there before. He did well as their offensive coordinator. We'll see. We'll see what goes on between Tennessee and Arthur Smith. Again, as the off season is right around the corner, guys. Let me get in right here. End of days says the game is a Monday night game. Absolutely. You know what? And that's a fantastic news, of course. Everybody, we've all heard the numbers now. The Steelers have never lost, at home on Monday night under Coach T. And all the way back through Coach Cowher. But I have, get this. This is Mike Tomlin's overall Monday night record. Now, this includes his away games as well. Mike Tomlin on Monday night is 22-3 overall. So, and the only losses he had 3 of them, they were on the road. The turnover differential on Monday night games coached by Coach T, it's a plus 16.
Ooh.
Points per game scored, Derpy, by Mike T's teams on every Monday night game. Again, this includes away games, 24 points a game. Our opponent's points per game in the same situation, 16.8. 16.8. So a little over a touchdown more. 7.2 is the difference on that. And also he has been 12-0. 12-0 at home on Monday night. Mike Tomlin has to go with his overall 22-3 record on Monday night. So again, guys, we have that going on. Whatever that is, I don't know, but we have it going in our favor.
We'll see.
We will see. I have another beef here. I'm going to give that to you here pretty soon. I'd like to get it in before Finch gets here, but let me grab a couple more messages before I do that. Yinzer Joe says in the last 5 years, the Texans made the playoffs, but started with home field advantage. As we do know, the Texans are 0-6 in the playoffs on the road.
Yeah.
Another thing, and I don't know how many of those games were in the cold. It's not going to be frigid here. Nonetheless, it's going to be colder than that 80-degree days they're having down in Houston, Texas, for sure.
Did you mention the mayor thing, Ryan?
Yeah, a couple of days ago.
Oh, you stole my thunder.
Well, I got another beef. You're gonna like this one here in a minute. Mark Malone says, "Try 0 degrees where your face goes down." Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have negative 17 sometime here, and literally you walk outside and all your fingers go numb instantly. It's unbelievable the cold, how it can be. And again, unfortunately, it's not gonna be that cold this weekend, but we still do have that advantage. Just Learning says this, where I live, it's 69 elevation, high desert, New Mexico. No, that's pretty awesome in a way. I mean,
Nice.
Wow, it's just interesting. As I grow a little older here, I'm starting to just learn new things around me that has always been there. Learning is always good, guys. John says this. I'm putting Maylocks in my Terry Bong show on Monday. They won't get me stressed. Well ahead, brother. I love the plan. Love the planning. Joe says this. Joe says Texans offense isn't spectacular. They rank 14th in passing and 22nd in rushing. And you know what? I was happy when I saw that. We did go into the numbers yesterday to look at the numbers of the offense and defense, Derpy, and the defense obviously top of the game, but the offense not that impressive. I thought that they were a little better than this. So if you're shutting down Nico Collins and keeping CJ Stroud in check, you're in this game, right, Derpy?
100%. I agree.
I like that. Getting word from Finch will be in 5 minutes. Let's see.
Nice.
Bingo says this 2-score lead just means they'll take their foot off the gas. I hate that shit. Me too. I hate it. Could you once just bury somebody, please?
Right.
Please?
No,
once?
It's the Steelers' way, dude. Like, we always have to have a heart attack after every game.
It's
always been
is.
that way. It's always been that way.
Jolie says this. It's nice 73 here. That's awesome. It really is awesome. And again, welcome to the terrible board, Jolly. Great to have you. Let me see right here. Steeler Freak says, Sir Derp-a-lot. Sir Derp-a-lot, huh?
Sir Derp-a-lot. I'll take it.
You'll take it. Let's see right here in my house, Jolly Moon. So 73 in your house. All right, that is perfect, actually. Maybe a little warm, just depending on what you're doing. Depends. Tyrone, my man, my brother. What's up, sir? Always great to see the great Tyrone, the GOAT. Tyrone right here on the terrible board in front of you. Joe says, leave some ladies for us, Derpy. Come on, the hat, the shirt. Look at you. Come on, leave some for us, brother.
They're all mine.
Share the wealth. Would go right here to Scott. What's up, Scott, my man? He says this Steelers lost all 5 playoff games by playing tight from off the set. You can't win playoff games like that. I hope we do have a holy Texan turnover water splashing everywhere. You know what? I can't imagine in a million years that won't happen. Whoever let the guy in, believe me, certainly they're going to be getting a hold of him this week and doing everything we can. Again, can this be the year? Can this be the year, Derpy? We break it and we get that first playoff win since 2017.
I think it could be more than one. I think it could be more than one game. Honestly, Ryan.
I know you do. I've been seeing what you're writing in our group chat, and I got to be honest. You're very optimistic. It's very admirable. That's all I got to say. Let me continue to move forward here. Let's see. Tyrone says, "Here we go. Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl. Here we go." That's where I'm going to stop, and I'm going to get into my beef. Okay, Donald says 8 coaches. So it's almost upward to 10 here. There's still teams playing.
That's crazy.
Keep that in mind, Derpy. Of the 32 teams, 14 of them aren't firing their head coach just yet. So 8, almost 10 out of the teams that are already eliminated. So again, Black Monday turns into Black January, it looks like, as the coaches continue to go down one by one. Again, Mike McDaniel getting the can down in Miami this morning. Let's move on. A couple more, Derpy, and then I'm going to get into my beef.
All right.
Into Joe says, by the way, who's the Buckeyes playing? Who's the Buckeyes playing in the playoffs this week, Derpy? Come on.
I said it last week. A couple weeks ago when Ohio State lost. I said the entire state of Ohio sacrificed the Buckeyes for a Browns win. So
they did, and I'd said, what suckers? Suckers they are.
Pretty much.
Because what is one Browns win? Come on, that Ohio State game that could have took them to the final. You know, they could almost got to the next round to make another final. So again, anyway, and there's Finch, my man, just in time. I'm ready to get into my beef, and I know that Finch, you're here for it. I know Derpy, you're here for it.
Hello. Yes, thank you,
guys. Here we go. Is there anybody else? And again, this is a popular, unpopular opinion. You might tar and feather me. You might chase me down the street with pitchforks and torches. But guys, is there anybody else in the world that hates Roger Wood's song "Here We Go"? They just came out with a new one yesterday, the day before. It's a song that's been around for 35 years. It only worked twice. Keep this in mind. It only worked twice. It's the same song every year for 30 plus years, and they just change the names every year to get it up to date. I'm over it. Again, I know it's unpopular. I know Pittsburghers love it. It means it's playoff time. That's what it indicates. But again, 33 years that song has been remade year after year after year.
That's
and
a
it
magic
worked
number, though, Ryan.
2 times. Finch, Roger Woods, here we go.
So I have a pretty fond memory, a good nostalgic memory of that song. When I was in probably about the 4th grade was the first year that it really blew up. And our bus driver, she was really cool. She would play cassette tapes for us. And some kid had the single on tape and he brought it in, and it had like Bam Morris and other guys on in the roster.
Mm-hmm.
And
Nice.
so there is nostalgia for me there. But that being said, to me, this song, I think it is cool that it keeps up every year. The musician, what did you say his name was again?
Roger Wood.
Roger Wood. You know what? If he's making a few bucks as a musician doing something he likes to do, I respect that 100%. Yes. I think that's awesome. To me, the Here We Go song is like a Christmas carol. You hear it once in December and you're like, little drummer boy. Okay, I'm glad I heard that. It's cool. But after you hear it about the 3rd time, I've had enough. I'm right. Good. So it's okay to hear it once on the radio or something. But to me, that's what it is. So Ryan, I don't wholly agree with you, but I also don't wholly disagree with you. See, I think where you're coming from is right.
And here's the thing. I ultimately agree with you, because I think the people that like it, good for them. I'm not holding anything against them. And the guy that redoes it every year, boy, I mean, sure, he figured it out. Jeez, oh man, I do this every year. I'm going to make some moolah, and
good
that's
for him,
good.
Man.
That's good for him.
I envy that. I would love to be able to have a hit song that I could cash in on every year. That's a dream for a lot of musicians, you know?
Absolutely. Finch, do me one favor, just turn your mic down just a hair. You're not over or anything. No, you're good. I'm just trying to equal out the levels here on my end. Derpy, I'm going to come to you. Roger Woods, here we go. What's your take? I know that you're a bit younger. You didn't experience it in the 90s like we did. Every time that we were in the AFC Championship or getting ready to make a playoff run, this song would come up and we would lose and we would lose and we would lose. And then the Super Bowl came in 96, in January 96, and we lost. And to me, it just really felt like it felt bad luck. And again, in 05, 06, and then once again, a couple years later against Arizona, it worked. So 33, 34 years the song has been around. I know that you like it, Derpy. You're always going on about it. But what's your overall take on Roger Woods? Here we go.
I see where you're coming from, Ryan, but I love this song. I grew up on this song when the Steelers were winning, and I used to have it on a disc and play it nonstop on a radio.
Well, that explains a lot.
Yeah, when they were winning, of course. When they were winning, of course. But like,
yeah,
it's nostalgia to me. I love it. Seeing it updated every year when we get to the playoffs.
Maybe saying I hate it is a little bit much, but I come on. It's almost been 40 years. Think about that. Anything in your life else has been going on for 40 years.
One thing
eventually going to get on your nerves. Yes.
One thing I'd like to give credit to Roger Wood with that song is he does a good job of fitting all the names in.
Yeah, he really does.
I do listen to it at least once every, and I think that's the thing that I like about giving it a listen is it's that. How's he going to do it? How the hell does he fit Roethlisberger? How the heck does he fit, Okeechobee or some stupid, name like that? And he always does. And it's interesting. And that's probably part of the creative challenge for him. I mean, he's rewriting a hit every year. It's like tracing a painting and then painting it in a different style every year. You know what I mean? I respect it.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it, guys. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Welcome back. This is episode 885 of the Two Dum Yinzers. I do want to say welcome back as we are heading into playoff weekend. This is Wildcard weekend in the NFL. We are also finished. I was telling everybody that we are going to be hitting the college picks today as well. Big games tonight and tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sounds wonderful. Thank you, Finch.
That's better. Yeah.
So a big day today. We have a lot to get into about the Steelers-Ravens playoff matchup, the NFL playoffs, also college playoffs, a lot to get into today. And we came up with the conclusion that, okay, at the end of the day, we're still okay with the song Here We Go by Roger Wood. As Finch Derpy talked me out of it as well. And I don't know. Well, we'll see next year what kind of mood I'm in. And just depends on what they do this year as well. So excuse me. Let me jump on the board for a few more messages, guys. Again, I don't want to get too far behind. Right here, Steeler Freak is saying this: the Steelers have been outscored 66-0 in the first quarter of their last 5 playoff games. That has to stop. Got to stop. No two ways about it. And guys, again, it wasn't the greatest offenses doing it. A couple of them were really good. But Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns are up on us 28-0 at the end of the first quarter. Whatever it is, that brain fart that we get every year in the first playoff game that we have, the first quarter, it needs to stop. That's killing us. You don't go down 66-0 in 5 games, and they lost them all, by the way, by big amounts and big scores. So again, John, that's a crazy statistic, and that has to stop Monday. It has to. Tyrone says, I was arguing with someone yesterday about JPJ versus Collins. Thought of you, Ryan. You know what? I think that JPJ is going to do just fine. I truly, honestly do. Yes, Nico Collins is amazing. Yes, CJ Stroud could do some good things. But, we got a lot of help back there, which is something interesting I'm going to get to today. I brought up briefly. I didn't even get into it yesterday, but there's something I want to talk to you guys about today that I find kind of really interesting, actually. But I want to see what your take is. I'm more of a conspiracy-minded guy, so I want to see what people that are not have to say about. So I'm going to get into that in just a moment, guys. But it has to do with the NFL and players that we have on our team. It doesn't have anything to do with scripting or any of this stuff. So just bear with me on that. We're going to get into something interesting here real soon. Jolly Moon says this. Jolly Moon says Texas might be due.
We'll see.
They won 9 in a row. If they win this whole thing this year, they're going to have to win 13 in a row. So, maybe they're due for their loss, and we'll take it now. Troy Klingsmith, hey, how you doing, man? We got to talk to you on the comments there briefly. Welcome back to the terrible board. Troy says this: stack the stadium with ice. Tortilla says the ice agents or frozen water. What's up, Tater Tot? Tater Tot's back for the abuse. Nice to see Tater Tot back on the board. Our resident
respect, Tater Tot.
Our resident Cleveland Brown fan. He's the dog that we keep around.
Really hammering him in the comments a few days ago, and I kind of felt bad about it because he's a Browns fan. He's been punished enough.
Right, absolutely. And it tells
respect for coming back. I like that he likes the show. That's awesome. Thank you, Tater Tot.
And it shows you that the mental capability might be a little, so you want to be nice to the kid. So that's where I'm going.
There
guys.
are smart people in Cleveland. He just happens to follow football with his heart, and I can respect that.
I disagree with you entirely, but I'm going to move on anyway. But welcome back, our friend Tater Tot. There he is, everybody. Tortilla says, "What up, Cleavage Brown? Cleavage Brown, I like it." Let me see if I can. Here's one for you, Cleavage. I got one for you, little Tater Tot. I dug this up especially for you, and you're going to see why in just a second. Aaron Rodgers won the AFC North in his first season. The Cleveland Browns haven't won the AFC North in 36 years.
Ooh.
Aaron. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Because he was grandpa when we were playing them. So grandpa Aaron Rodgers comes on this team that's supposed to finish in last and wins the AFC in 1 year. The Cleveland Browns, again, 36 years. So there you go.
And how many quarterbacks started? It's well over 30. It's probably over 40.
You can't even count how many quarterbacks they've gone through.
I think Michael can research that one because I'm interested to know.
There's also another one I had. I'm going to come across it here shortly in my notes, but I have more on Cleveland here in just a second. Let me get on the board though and get just kind of keep things moving along here.
The board is on fire right now.
On fire.
Fire. Yeah, fire.
Scott says this: Texans don't have the Hall of Fame running back, so selling the stop the run and get smacked over the top for long touchdowns can't happen. Make them earn everything their dock their paychecks. Troy Klingsmith says paramedics on standby. Bingo says Retater Tot. I like that. I like that a lot. Matter of fact, that's one of my that in my opinion, that is a game ball comment. That's just me though. I'm half retarded.
Solid comment.
Tater says this: Buckeyes can't win every year. The Buckeyes don't win every year. Matter of fact, I was under the impression that they do. In last year when they won, I went and I looked. They don't win nearly as much as they act like they win.
It's because ESPN just loves to put them on the front page all the time.
It's so annoying.
The way media covers them is the same way the media covers like the Cowboys and the Yankees. Like neither team has really won much in a long time. You know what I mean?
Speaking of which, one other bullshit thing in pro sports, we do have the Bears and the Packers this weekend, which is going to be a good game. But can we say that rivalry is spent? They go on and they say Pittsburgh and Baltimore, they have the best rivalry. They're right up there with Chicago and Green Bay. No, I'm going to tell you what, Chicago and Green Bay isn't going to get half the response that the Pittsburgh Steelers and Baltimore had in the regular season just 4 nights ago. And come on, Chicago, Green Bay, that rivalry has been spent before the Super Bowl.
I agree 100%, but maybe this week that goes, maybe that changed. Maybe it actually does get heated again. Maybe an excellent, maybe one of those all-time games happens. It's totally possible. Both teams have, great games and it's close. And then next year it just blows up. It could happen.
I will say this.
The history is there where they want to hate each other.
I will say this, though.
Everybody wants to be a part of a rival. Cleveland wants to be our rival. They're not.
Right.
You got to beat us more than they do to be a rival. Cincinnati, you're not a rival. You know what a rival is? It's 2 teams that have a hard time constantly. You're jockeying for spots, getting into the playoffs. Those teams they're rivals, but it's minor rivals. Again,
but they do have the history. You have to respect the history because it has been great.
History. Everybody has history. I understand that. You have history.
That doesn't mean
as a rival in the NFL.
I think because of the history that it can reignite again, and when it does reignite again, it'll be a beautiful thing. That's what I think. Yeah.
Can I say this?
Yeah, please.
Why?
Isn't it funny that the Pope is from Chicago and now ironically the Bears are good?
Well, we'll have that conversation in a couple more rounds. I'm still a little early on this Chicago thing. Yes, they're good. Yes, they're very young, very early. I'd be surprised if they continue. The NFC is difficult. The NFC got some tough teams this year, guys. They have some very tough teams. Let me get back on the board. Yinzer Joe says, "Oh shit, pinch me. It's Finchy." I like it. Nice rhyme you got going.
That was cute.
Bingo says this: the Steeler Night football theme. Steeler Night football theme. Armax says, I'm not a big fan of the song. It's fine at the stadium, but that's it.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Kez, 1969. I do want to say welcome to the terrible board. Great to have you. Kez, 1969 says, how do you all feel about DK being a liar and using a race card and putting the family in harm's way? Well, to the extent of that, I don't know that to be true. I know that that's the accusation that's being brought by one side, but the other side says it didn't. So until it's decided officially and publicly, I can't comment one way or another because
also no comment.
Again, it's like rape. You can't just go around calling people a rapist because you're going to fuck up their whole life. So again, I am going to wait till this gets completely figured out, and then I'll give you the comment. You're more than welcome. I open the door to you, 1969. Come back, and I will certainly happily give you my opinion at that point. Bingo says this. He says, "Renegade." No, not renegade. It's the damn here we go. If you will.
Here we go.
Boom, boom, boom. You can pull it up right here on YouTube. Just type in "Here we go," Roger Wood, and it soon will be caving your head in as well as it does mine.
If you don't live in the Pittsburgh area, it's completely possible that you're not very familiar with the song.
I think Bingo's relatively close. I think.
I'm not sure where,
but I'm not sure either. I
except
forget.
For a few of you guys. So.
Tater Tot, he says DK's a bum, dude. All right, I got my new Cleveland Browns.
Jerry Judy's a bum.
Get this, AFC North champion since 2000. You ready? The Pittsburgh Steelers did it 11 times. Pittsburgh Steelers AFC North champions 11 times since 2000. Baltimore 8 times. Cincinnati 6 times. The Tennessee Titans 1 time. That's it. So for the Browns,
the Titans have more than the Browns.
The Titans have more than the Browns.
The AFC South
Titans
have
more.
The former Houston Oilers.
Yes. Let me give you that one more time.
Please do.
You look in shock as Derpy and everybody else, and as I read this. But here you go. This is for you, Tater Tot, especially for you. Matter of fact, if you weren't here, I wouldn't even give the statistic. So feel privileged, if you will.
Yes, you would have.
Guys, AFC North champs since 2000.
2000. Realignment was in 2002.
Yes, realignment was in 2002.
To make sure we know about
25 years ago. This is the division champs in that period of time. Pittsburgh, 11 times. Baltimore, 8 times. Cincinnati, 6 times. Tennessee, 1 time.
May I add one thing real quick?
And before you do, you have to go back a whole another decade and a half to even get to the point where Cleveland was able to do that in the 80s.
See how many times they finished last in the division.
I just want to say one quick thing. Myles Garrett got his sack record.
Hey, no, he didn't.
He's Mike Trout.
According to the Browns, he didn't, Finch. According to the Browns, he didn't.
Whoa, go on. Tell me, please. Did I miss something?
Because if they say those championships counted in the 50s or the 30s or whenever the hell they thought they were good, Guess what? So did Deacon Jones's sack record in 1967, where he had 26 sacks.
26. I just read that stat yesterday. That's
the Cleveland
true.
Browns can't have it both ways. If you say that those Browns championships count, then Deacon Jones's sack record counts. If you say that Myles Garrett's his record stacks up over Deacon, then those championships, they don't count. So
I think
Cleveland, you're in a bit of a conundrum here. However you want to bullshit yourself and make yourself sleep better at night, do it. But you can see how it's all a bunch of BS.
You make a great point. I hadn't thought about that, although I did see that stat. I didn't think about it in the better, more meta sense of it. But how about this, though? I will say this. The NFL has officially gone back and recognized that league. What was the AAFL?
Do you see anybody else in this world?
No, you're right. You're right.
Look around the league.
Right.
Ask 31 teams. Nobody recognizes.
But what I'm saying is, why isn't the NFL going back? If the stats are there, why aren't they going back?
It's all political bullshit.
And going back further than, what is it, 1982, I think, was when they first started recording the sack, somewhere in the early 80s.
Everything has to start in Super Bowl I, in my opinion. That's where it starts. That's where it ends. That's when the league became what it is. Beyond that, if you're not a Super Bowl winner, you didn't win.
There should definitely be an asterisk for everything before 1967.
Let me ask you this, Finch. Should the Pirates be considered one of the best teams ever because they have all those World Series in the early 1900s?
That's
absolutely not. Why would the Browns be any different?
You could say that they're an historic franchise. You'd be accurate in saying that, but you're absolutely 100% right. Especially when literally a quarter of the time of the Pirates' existence, they have been complete garbage, and all of it was in one big chunk of the last 30 plus years.
I'm going to jump in forward here real quick, and I'm just going to answer a question that I do see. Tater Tot says, if they weren't counting, well, because people still count things. They just didn't count it. Come on, you're not, Tater, you're a little smarter than I hope. I hope.
Are you a baked potato?
He's baked potato.
He says, well, if they didn't count it, how did they count it? Well, because you still know it was called a quarterback tackle.
Tater, don't.
It was called a loss.
About, hold on. Let me roast
Derpy.
this
Shh.
Let me roast this guy. Hold on.
Derpy. Shh. It was called a quarterback tackle for a loss back then. Obviously, you just know what the idiots in Cleveland are telling you because they're telling you they have championships in the back of it. So listen, I'll teach you. It seems like nobody else in Cleveland's doing that. It didn't count in the sense that it didn't count as statistics. However, human beings still counted the amount of times that play happened. And it was a sack, what became later known as a sack. That is how they counted.
There were still stat-addicted people working in media and working for and just watching the games who were still counting things.
Hold on. Now Tater Tot says he smells BS. Where do you smell BS? You're literally wrong. Either argument you take. I'm not going to argue.
Herpes deodorant? Is that?
Well, listen. I mean, I can tell that it's going to be a dumb conversation. I'm not going to continue because I don't want to bore everybody throughout the duration of the show. But if
this is not boring at all, Ryan. This is fantastic.
If you go and you look, Cleveland won championships prior to the Super Bowl era. Also, Deacon Jones has 67. 26 sacks the year 1967. So had they been counting it as a sack, Tater Tot, not a tackle for a quarterback loss, those 26 sacks, as they didn't count sacks at the time, would be the front runner. So by your theory, your Cleveland Browns won in the 50s and those count. So does Deacon Jones' statistics, which would make Myles Garrett still number 2. Tater, it would have been less games. He got 26 sacks in less games. Of course, we play 17 games now. It took your guy almost 20 games. In 1967, they played like 14 games, so he got in 14 games. So do what you want with that. I do have to move on. I can't sit around and play with the dog all afternoon. I have to do a show, but it was nice talking to you. Let's move forward a little bit here. Bingo says, "Oh, here we go." Yeah, that shit was played out from the game. I agree. Again, once they lost their first couple playoff games, when that came out, that's kind of when I was over it. Jolly Man says, I was over it 55 years ago. Tyrone says, Aaron Rodgers ready to win. God, give me the chills. Armax says, the melody gets on my nerves. And exactly. Again, it's only been for a million years. How can it not get on your nerves? And again, one more. I'm just saying, we'll say one more thing to Tater Tot. He's laughing at the Pirates. who has more World Series than the Cleveland Indians. So do whatever you want.
Guardians, Ryan, Guardians.
No, they're the Indians. Guess what? Because I'm an Indian, I went to Monaco. My high school was the Indians, and I'm never not going to not say it because it was my high school mascot, and that gives me a reason, an excuse to be able to say that word. Indians, 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 Indians. How Indians? That's right, everybody. Let's move on the terrible board. Right here, Armax. I'm sorry, it goes to Mark Malone. I wish I had more of an impact. Good with good juju. I wish it had more of a good impact. Talking about the song, of course. Tortilla, Ryan Tortilla, Yinzer Joe says this. We're going to get some. We're going to get some Rogers playoff magic Monday night. I think we're going to win. I truly do, Finch. I think we're going to win this football game. Yeah. It's by no means going to be an easy football game. We're going to be on the floor, sitting in your spot, not moving an inch. Have your hand where in an uncomfortable position where it was the last time we did something good. Come on, everybody knows what I'm talking about. It's going to happen, guys. We're going to win this football game on Monday night. Jamal, I agree. It's a stupid thing. Matter of fact, a lot of Native Americans are upset about this. I was reading an article. There's actually lawsuits in place for that particular argument. So, again, we're going to continue on. It's not the topic of the day, but yes, I agree. Armax says, Tyrone was good. Tortilla, Tyrone. Steeler Freak says, you fucks will have me singing Here We Go all day today.
I'm sorry. You know what? That's probably going to happen to me, too. I'll be honest with you.
He'll be singing it to Terry Bongshaw as the day goes on. Always great to have Steeler Freaks comments. Let's go to Psycho Steeler 75. Sorry, but Tomlin is going to fail again. It's possible.
That's a sweet username, by the way.
I do. I like it.
I like it.
Here's my thing though, Psycho. You want to enjoy your team at all? There's a chance they could lose. Absolutely. There's a chance they could lose every game they play. Mm-hmm. There's a chance they could lose anytime. There's a chance anybody could lose anytime in the playoffs. Enjoy your team. That's all.
May I say a quick something about that comment?
If you don't let yourself get excited, why are you even doing it? Why are you even in?
I've been arguing with people on the internet all week about this.
Cricket's a fun sport. You can get into cricket. I don't know. For the people that are just miserable about this team, I just stop. Why would you do that?
I've been telling people, just enjoy the ride, man. We made it. Just enjoy the ride. Pretend it's your favorite team for 1 week, please. Root for the guy. Allow him the chance in your heart to win a game so that your team can play again. And then what happens ends up happening. If we lose the following week or if we make it the whole way,
here's the problem.
Just let it ride, dude.
We're in the day of the internet. Nobody wants to be wrong. Everybody
wants clicks and engagement, so they'll say wild shit.
Well, not even that. I'm just talking about the average football fan. I don't know anything about Psycho Steeler, but people don't want to be wrong. They want to be able to tell you I was right. I knew that. Well, guess what? Everybody in the world knows that we haven't won a playoff game in a million years under this coaching staff.
It changes this week.
It's kind of an obvious observation, and it kind of, again, can't you just enjoy your football team?
Enjoy the ride, man. This is the best time of the year.
If you're going to be happy only when this team wins a Super Bowl, you're probably in the wrong sport. You just are, because we did it twice in my adult life.
At that point, just be a bandwagon fan and go be a fan of the Eagles or somebody like that.
The teams
enjoy yourself.
The teams that aren't going to get beaten first round.
And I'm not gonna even complain about those type of fans, man. Those kind of people I'm
not complaining. I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
Just be one of those. Don't claim to be a fan of the Steelers and then bitch when things aren't always the greatest. You could be a Browns fan. It could be so much worse, bro. It could be so much worse.
And again, can't you just? I mean, what are you in it for? You're only in it for Super Bowls? Then guess what? You're probably again in the wrong sport. But I don't know this person, but I'm just kind of saying in general.
Yeah, right. This is nothing personal.
Not at all.
This is an argument I've been having all week with people about ever since John Harbaugh got fired. And everybody's like, fire Tom. I'm like, he won the freaking game. You made the playoffs.
Yeah, we'll wait till next week. We'll have that conversation.
We'll have that conversation next week. Exactly.
Hopefully not. But let's continue on.
We still will.
Tortilla still will. That slaps after a dub. Steeler Freak says, Derpy plays Here We Go on a loop with 3 buckets of KFC, no shirt. I can see it.
Game ball, Steeler
I can see it. That is a game ball comment right there on the terrible board. I can see chicken grease all over his breasts. I can see it.
Here we go.
I'm going to do it for the game.
Here we go.
That's what I'm going to do.
Licking a finger to go along with each beat. You know what I mean? Each beat gets its own
in rhythm, like it's a fucking rhythm heaven game. Some Just Dance 2026 Derpy edition.
Yes, I love it. Tortilla says this. He says, I did that last night, Steeler Freak. It's not a bad way to spend a weekday.
Got it.
What does Steeler Freak do? Oh, you know what? I love KFC. You know, we're just laughing because it's Derpy and he doesn't wear a shirt sometimes. And I can only imagine what it's.
Take it off. Whoa, relax there, Bert Kreischer.
Yeah. You know, any more comments? Any more comments from Tater? You're getting titties today. That's all I gotta say.
You're getting derple nurpled.
You're getting derple nurpled, man. See how fast he starts talking good about the Steelers.
Derple nurple.
No, I'm gonna do the truffle shuffle.
The truffle shuffle.
The derple nurple.
What was the other one? The awful waffle.
Awful waffle. Yeah.
Bingo.
Camp Ottawana.
Yeah. Camp. Salute your shorts.
Yes. Classic. One of my favorites.
Bingo says Palamalu. It's Palamalu do. It's a way better song. Palamalu. Yes.
Palamalu.
That was a ripoff of an old Muppets show song, but it's still good. It was catchy.
Absolutely
catchy.
End of days, this is going to be an epic gathering of Steelers offense. We'll turn it up. You know what? I hope you're right. And again, this is it's possible. But again, that Texans defense is good. I just try to keep expressing that because maybe if you're not following these other teams, you're going to understand that it's going to be very similar to Cleveland. We're going to have to keep this team to a low score. We're going to have to get points when we can get them too. Going forward on 4th and 33 or whatever that last game's tush push was, it's unacceptable. You got to play smart football. You got to play smart football to win against a defense. They're number one. Just keep that in mind. They're number one. It means they're better than everybody else. On the board, also, we're going to go right here to Tyrone. He says, Derby and Finch, the GOATs in the house. That's right. I couldn't agree with you more. They are the GOATs. I couldn't agree with you more. Steeler Freak says this every Tuesday. Kansas City has a $9.99 bucket spot. I love. I'm really getting in this KC mood today with all this chicken talk. And the mashed potatoes and that gravy.
Oh, their gravy is pretty solid.
And then biscuits.
Biscuits, yep. Mm-hmm. Their mac and cheese. Also
mac and cheese is fire. Everything is so good.
We are so fat, bro.
Oh, yeah. You know everybody's getting to KFC today.
Everybody. Dude, KFC should sponsor this show. We're going to make them buckets and buckets of cash.
They buckets and buckets. And Derpy will still have grease all over his breasts. Just learning says this: if Arthur Smith leaves, hire Mike McDaniel as offensive coordinator. You know what? People are going to laugh at that because
I don't hate it.
Mike McDaniel took a lot of heat down in Miami, but I don't hate it either.
I don't hate it. It could be worse.
It's a better upgrade than Smith, probably.
Definitely better than Canada was.
Tyrone says the whole gang. Whereas Mike is actually right beyond the veil. He hears everything you say. He sees everything you read.
He is Oz. He's behind the curtain.
He is Oz.
He's cranking. And he's like pushing buttons at the same time.
Cranking
it
back
there. Patting his head and rubbing his belly while drinking a whiskey sour. Or
but there's also a chance that he might have fallen asleep back there as well, because that, again, it happens here as well. True, and it wouldn't surprise me. But
he's like Winnie the Pooh.
He is like Winnie the Pooh.
I fell asleep one time.
Oh, voice of God, he's returned.
Tortilla says, "Hell no, McDaniel's." McDaniel's draws plays up with cocaine. Is that a Miami stab? I don't know, but it sounds funny. Tater says, "You were so cruel. You so cruel," is what Tater Tot said.
Cruel.
I just pictured him saying it in like Stewie from Family Guy's voice.
Yeah, right.
You're so cruel.
I pictured him saying it in assless chaps. I just did. That's what I seen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Tyrone says, please Smith, take the job, bro. I can't deal with screen, check down. Yinzer Joe, the Texans offense has allowed the 8th highest pressure rate in 32.5% and 31 sacks this season, which
that's a fine statistic.
It is a fine statistic. However,
their O-line sucks.
Our defensive line, I want more pressure from these guys.
We're inconsistent. Been saying it all season.
We got to get more pressure.
This might be the game.
We got to get more pressure. Vegas says Vincent Derpy. Tater Tot says, I have shoes older than the Ratbirds, not a rivalry. I don't even know what that means again. Tater.
I don't know what that means.
He's saying that our rivalry with the Ravens is not a rivalry. Did you forget that the Ravens used to be the Browns?
And the thing is, the Browns stink. That's why we're not a rivalry with them, and we carry the rivalry.
They're not the same team. It's a shame. I hate to say that. They have the same
He's
history technically, but it's not the same team. The true Browns are in Baltimore, and they have won a couple of Super Bowls, and unfortunately, they wear purple and black.
Here, guys, let me give you this. This is a you want to say that the Steelers and Ravens aren't a rivalry? Tater, just listen. I come prepared. The Mike Tomlin versus John Harbaugh, guys, 44 times they faced off. 44 times. The Steelers won that game 23 times. The Baltimore Ravens won it 17 times. Postseason 2-2. That, my friend, is a rival. And that's just since the Harbaugh and Tomlin era began. This thing goes all the way back to 96, whenever they left your goofy town and became the Ravens. And again, I'm not sticking up for that team. I don't like them either. But
I'm still sad that happened. I would have rather they stayed in Cleveland and all of that history stuck in Cleveland.
You tell me that's not a rivalry, though, Finch? 44 games.
You're right. It is the
23-17. 2-2 in the playoffs.
Is that I don't know for sure. Is that the most times that two coaches have faced each other?
And there was some kind of George Hallis, Landry thing back in the day.
Those guys played 40 years or whatever,
right?
Or coached for. Okay,
but anytime recent, absolutely no rivalry
in modern history
in
since
the
Super Bowl
NFL
era. Yes,
you're right.
That's impressive. You know what? People give both of those coaches a lot of flack for things they've done in the last decade or so, but you got to be impressed by how strong they've played each other and how. And the NFL just cashes in big on that rivalry. I'm sure the NFL, the people who put together the accountants, so to speak, they knew that they might be losing a little bit of money not seeing that rivalry anymore.
And look what this moron's saying. He says, sure, we beat you all the time. You never beat us, dude. So anyway, listen, I can't continue to talk.
Once every few seasons they beat us. And they had that lucky one a couple years ago.
They've been beating us on the road, but you know what? That sure as hell didn't happen when Ben was here. He was the king of playing in Cleveland. As a matter of fact, Ben had more wins than any of your quarterbacks did in Cleveland. So I have to move on. The Tater Talk conversation's gotta come to a halt here, guys. I gotta get to the important.
We fried that tater.
Time to get to important comments. Tortilla says Cleveland don't even got shoe stores. Cleveland don't even got shoe stores. That's what Tortilla's saying. Tyrone.
That's what a Don Rickles comeback.
Right?
Like, Cleveland don't even have shoe stores. What are you, a detective?
Good stuff. Tyrone says, hey, Derpy Finch, I got my Steelers beanie on too. Gang, gang.
I thought about you when I put it on. I was like, am I wearing the beanie today? And it's a little chilly down here in the studio. And
I know these guys are all going to pick up chicks today. What the shit, man? He's going to let me know.
I was like, man, gang, gang. It's a gang,
Somber says, pretty sure we're giving a similar amount of total sacks on the season. They're 31 and we are at 29. So say what you want about that defense or the situation. 31-29. Yinzer Joe, Cleveland really hasn't been the Steelers' rival since they moved to Baltimore. They haven't. And listen, before that, they weren't either. Did you remember the early 90s? That Cleveland team wasn't doing shit then either, all the way back to the late 80s. So these are all retarded comments. And
you know how like when you were a little kid and there was that kid that was like 5 years older than you who like pushed you down once and you thought, man, that guy's tough. But then like he said something really nice to you the next day and you thought that he was like a big brother to you and you thought he was the coolest and he was the best. But then he didn't even notice you as the little kid. That's the Steelers and Browns.
That was me. I was pushing kids down, and
I was the one getting pushed down.
I know. I pushed you down a couple of times, but let's continue on the board. Jen, welcome to the show. Always great to see our friend Jen. Hi, Jen. Everyone. She says, "Hope things are going better for you, Jen, over in Wisconsin."
Wisconsin, go Bears.
Go.
She hates the Packers. That's what I'm saying. She hates the Packers.
We'll go with
giving
that,
her the Go Bears. Yes.
Armax says, "I got to listen to another song now to get that one out of my head." Dude, that's how I've been for about 3 days. Ever since I heard this new version.
Yeah, I definitely sung it to myself a couple of times yesterday.
Let's see. Miss Pittsburgh says this. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go, Steelers. Pittsburgh is going to the Super Bowl. Here we go. Big Slim. Good morning, Steeler fam. Always great seeing the Big Slim on the terrible board. My man, Jolly Moon. He says both songs suck. I like Jolly Moon's truth. He's an honest person.
I'm not fully disagreeing.
I respect that. Ginger Joe says, hey, Jen, my man, Jamal, what's up, brother? Hope things are going good. But I couldn't stop thinking about you. There was a little bit of an incident yesterday.
Oh my God, gay.
On the board. There was I don't know. I think the guy's name was Wade. He came in and there was a little bit of a scuffle, if you will, between him and the guys from over at Talking Trash. So I hope these guys got that figured out. It was getting kind of ugly, and you didn't like to see that kind of stuff. So hopefully things are better, Jamal. But glad to see you on the terrible board as always, my friend. Great to see you. Gang in his bitch is what he says. Also, Vegas says, gotta love the AFC Central. But and this is a good comment too, because people say that. Well, that's the weakest division. Wasn't New England's division Dolphins, the Jets and the Bills for 20 years. Why did nobody, when they were talking about this dynasty and the GOAT, nobody go on and on about the AFC East?
That was a big part of the reason why the Patriots had the run they did, is because they were in a division with two very terrible teams.
Once we never not have the rivalry with the Ravens. That never is not there. New England had no rivalry for 20 seasons. How is that not?
The Steelers were a bigger rivalry to the Patriots than the Browns were to us.
The NFC South is pathetic. The AFC South is pathetic. I mean, there's believe me, if you have two teams like the Steelers and the Ravens, there's teams that have a lot easier. Again, the Jets, the Bills for a long time were terrible before Josh Allen, and again, the Dolphins, who haven't done anything since the 70s.
What other NFL rivalries really compare right now to? I mean, right at this moment, compare to the Steelers and Ravens. They're obviously the best. What other ones do you think are in the conversation? Maybe the Eagles and Cowboys or something like that? Because Cowboys, they've been up and down. Obviously, they haven't done anything.
I think Denver and Kansas City has potential, because Denver, now say what you want about the Broncos, but they consistently, listen, the 80s, they lost.
I like the Broncos right now.
In the 80s, they lost all those Super Bowls to the Niners, the Redskins, everybody. And then in the 90s, they won back-to-back.
Yeah.
And then with Peyton Manning, they went to two more. So the Broncos over the long haul has been one of the more successful teams. Sure. Now, Kansas City with the later dynasty, I think maybe if the games could come down to it a little bit more often, as the Steelers and the Ravens do come down to it, I think that the Chiefs and the Broncos could be a great rivalry in the NFL. Again, one team has been consistent for a long time, and the Chiefs just came along recently, but they were always competitive along the way. They weren't never the worst
the Broncos
team.
Had a couple of really bad seasons scattered between the last 25 years. They did have a season where I think they only won like 2 or 3 games.
Yeah.
Not that long ago, within the last 10 seasons, I believe. But hey, man, I respect the Broncos. They've put together a good team. Bo Nix, I like that guy. And but I do think the Chiefs are. I think they've already have hit their prime and they're on their way down. Maybe they have one more good season left in them. But as far as going and winning a 4th Super Bowl,
Andy Reid is a hell of a coach. That's all I got to say. Guys,
fourth for this dynasty, I should say, the 5th overall. Right? I'm right. Is that right? I think they've won 4 as a total.
Yeah,
already.
They did. They won 4.
But 3 in this dynasty. Yeah. Sorry, I wanted to make sure I had that right.
I do want to say this though. Do not miss. It is that time of the day, and it is that time of the year, guys. You have a chance to grab my balls. That's right. Grab my balls.
Yes.
Playoff giveaway, guys. This is an amazing giveaway. I got to be honest with you. These autographs on this football behind me. It features these people: your defensive captain Cam Hayward, the great Antonio Brown, Charlie Batch from right here in Steel Valley, big
Number
man
16.
David DeCastro on that offensive line, Cortez Allen, Drake May right here from Rochester, right next door, the town over, and Ross Vitrone, guys, all on this ball from my personal collection. So that is why it's called Grab My Balls Playoff Giveaway. Get in on it. Just right below in the donation section, I think it's what it's called, the super chat. Just $1. $1 will get you entered, and that's all you need is $1 to win. You could play as many times as you want. For example, $5 gives you 5 plays. But do jump in, guys. We only have 3 days, as we have today, tomorrow, and Monday. We're going to call the winner on Monday right here on the show. We're going to do it right live and pull that name and get this ball. We're going to pass it off to whoever wins. I cannot wait. Matter of fact, Finch, as I said, this is in my opinion, this is a good giveaway straight from my collection, and I'm here for it, guys. I want somebody that spends all their time with us right here on the show to have this football. It's a great conversation piece. It's nice for the den, the man cave, wherever you got, guys. So do get those. I keep hearing a whack. I don't know. It's probably Derpy's breath. It's probably Derpy's his nose breath. His nose.
No,
whistles.
that's Finch. He's typing loud.
No,
I was muted, dude.
Well, that's what Finch is saying. He's like, I hear something weird, and I think it's Derpy's his nostril whistling.
No, I hear you like typing loud.
Well, that's obviously not what he's talking about, right?
No, it was something.
So get your entry in, everybody. Just right below. $1 get you entered. Monday, we're going to call the winner right here on the show for the Grab My Balls playoff giveaway. Get in on that while you can, guys. Just a couple more shows to be able to do so. Let me jump back on the board. What up, Finch? Is what Jamal says. Gang. I'm sorry, Tortilla. Jamal says, what up, Derpy?
Gang.
My dog, gang. Everybody. Hi, Joe. Let's see. Mark Malone. Jen, you freezing up there in Wisconsin is what Mark Malone is asking. Jen,
Wisconsin, don't you know?
Jamal says 26 and how I'm thinking roughly 14 games, because when the Dolphins won the Super Bowl, the undefeated Dolphins won the Super Bowl in 72, those were only 14 games. So I can imagine 1967 would have probably been roughly 14 games. So that's better than the guy that has the award now. Vegas says good point. Go right here. Jamal, dang, the energy is fire today. Fire. Vegas says they have the games on tape. Right. It isn't like the moon landing. They didn't destroy all the evidence after they did it. It's still out there. You could find proof of this.
Although maybe what's the director's name that they said? Kubrick. Maybe Kubrick is directing this NFL season.
Interesting thought. Let's see. Vegas says this. They have the games on tape. Somber. My Twitter TL is littered with coaching carousel bullshit.
Yep.
The Pirates, again, way more.
Hey man, you're not going to get any sympathy about the Pirates from us. You can roll a laugh face all you want. We agree with you on that. They are a garbage poverty franchise.
You're not going to hurt our feelings.
It's a shame that we still. Hey, the Browns are to you what the Pirates are to us, except we're willing to accept it.
Vegas says Pirates are trying to build up around Paul Skeens before he leaves to go to the Yankees. And you know what? They went out and got 4 bats this offseason. And I'm going to be honest with you. Watch out, Indians, because the Pirates will be better than you this year. Mark my word. Bingo says this. Bingo says Andy Van Slyke was my favorite Pirate.
He was big on my list, too. I loved that guy when I was young.
Guys our age, most of us tended to love Andy Van Slyke.
Yeah.
We had that team, Bonds, Van Slyke, Bonilla, all of them, Draybeck.
Jay Bell.
I
was a Jay Bell fan, man. I always liked
Jeff
that
King,
guy.
Mike LaValliere.
Yes, Mike LaValliere.
The whole thing, man. It was the fun times. Tortilla says the Cleveland Browns have the same amount of Super Bowls as the Sacramento Kings. Listen, the Browns have the same amount of Super Bowls as Derby does. I smell whatever. Tater Bingo says, just pull your finger away from your face. The smell will go away. Jamal says, I love the Indians. Me too. The name, again, my mascot was an Indian. The Cleveland Indians don't care much for. Somber says, I was also an Indian in high school. Nice, man. How? No, Tater is fried. Don't even realize he's using baby oil. Maybe makes some sense with your comments, dude. Well, finally, he does make some sense. Look at this very next comment. Talking about being on cue. Tater says, I wish they still were the Indians. I do too. But all right, let's move on. Jamal says, my family from Cleveland and the Indians will forever be Indians. And you know what? Same here. I'm never going to call them the Guardians. Never. Not even if there's a fire. I won't do it, Finch. I won't do it.
Oh, you will, and you will like it.
Big Slim says this. Salute at Jamal. I'm sorry, at Black Magic 7777. Jamal says, gang, Big Slim. Here we go, baby. I was singing it in my sleep, Jamal says. Big Slim says, yes, sir. Vegas, he says, don't fill up your bong with baby oil. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Big Slim says, yes, sir. Vegas says, what's this? PNC Park is it's a wonderful park. I mean, I'm tired of the fact that that's what they're selling to get people to come down. But all in all, it's one of the better parks in the whole entire country in the league. And again, if they weren't selling the stadium for the past 25 years and not the team and trying to make a better team, we'd like it a lot more, believe me. But we do acknowledge it's a wonderful park. Somber says this, just in, quarterback DJ Lagway transferring to Baylor. There we go, guys. Got some big news in the college front. I do want to say good afternoon to Dahye Hood. Dahye Hood, welcome.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the show. Dahye says this, I got a feeling that Rodgers will be calling his own plays at the line. He's going out this. You know what? If that works, I'm there for it.
Those usually become epic NFL moments when quarterbacks do stuff like that to win games. And he's fully capable of making that reality happen.
Steeler Freak says this, Texas have won 9 in a row. The odds are against them. I couldn't agree more. Everybody is due to lose when they're on a winning streak. At some point, you got to lose. So, again, that's kind of in a way in our favor, I think. Armax says, Finch, bingo, target the target, whatever the comment was at the time. Tyrone says, here we go, 05 vibes. Scott says this. Scott Atkins says Tomlin is finally willing to go for it on 4th and 1. Maybe this year is different in the playoffs. Aaron is different. He's still hungry. That's some starving players on his roster. My only problem with that is that you're not going to get enough points eventually if you continue to go for it on 4th and not convert. Here's the thing. Has it worked for us this year a little bit more than it has? Yes. Have we done it more this year than in the past? Yes. But none of it was against the number 1 defense. Again, we have to keep in mind that Houston has the number 1 defense. And again, if you don't get that 4th and 1, you're giving up field position, you're giving up points. All those things could be at a premium in this particular kind of game. So I like the fact that they've been converting more on 4th. But again, Finch, at the end of the day, you have to still play smart and strategic to win the football game.
Pick your spots.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it. Don't go for it to go for it. Pick your spots.
That's what I'm saying. It seems like sometimes we go for it to go for it, and they want to keep the crowd in the game.
Right.
You got to kick that ball away.
Exactly. Field position plays into it, obviously, and momentum goes into it. If you're on a 2-minute drill and you've got them on their heels and it's 4th and 1 and you're running up to the line, man, run that tush push right now because your odds are with you. However, if it's one of those, plays where it's 4th and 1 and they've called a timeout and everybody knows the Steelers are going to come out and run the tush push, you don't have to go for it. In most situations in the game, you know what I mean? If it's a last-ditch effort, that's a whole different ballgame. But
the thing is, if you're coaching smart, punting is a good thing.
Punting is a very strategic move.
It means field position. You trust your defense. Yes. You're playing the field position game. And again, in an important game, punting could be just as valuable as some other things that we certainly would love to see. Let's move on. Mark Malone says this: we're winning this one. Jamal says, yeah, I just got hype. Also, end of days, he says Steelers will win 31-21.
I don't know about that.
Justin says, what's up, Jamal? Yinzer Joe. He says if the Chargers beat the Pats, the Chargers would go to Denver, then being the lower seed. Steelers would then stay home again. Could you imagine getting a home game and it end up being Buffalo? Would you rather go on the road to play? Would you rather go on the road to play Jacksonville? Or whoever, let's say Denver, because I think that's what it'll be. Or depending on who loses, that's all what it comes down to. But would you rather play Denver on the road next, Finch, or stay home and play Buffalo?
I would rather stay home and play Buffalo because Denver is a tough place to play in the wintertime. The high altitude. Denver has the biggest home field advantage of any other team. I know you can't argue it. I will not argue it. Seattle's a pretty tough place too. Kansas City's a tough place. But Denver does things to your body. And why do that? Try to avoid that. And I'll tell you, every single player on the Steelers wants to avoid that as well.
Tortilla says this: Bills have to win 2, or we'd be going to Jacksonville. So that's kind of where I was starting at there. Jolly says the Muppets kick ass. They sure do.
Yeah, they do. I love the Muppets.
You don't like the Muppets? You're kind of weird. I don't know. Mark Malone says, man, around here, all the fast food just turned completely shit. I don't even risk it. What is wrong with why? Dude, for one, the prices on food is unbelievable. For 2, everything tastes different now.
Want some insight?
Yes, please.
I'm not going to blame anybody in particular. We'll just say the government. Some years back, passed a law that you had to get rid of the trans fat in fast food.
I love trans fat.
And so you saw things like the fry oil changed at places like fast food restaurants. People
government needs just to fuck off.
And so now they've switched to different vegetable oils, and some of them are absolutely terrible, and some of them are decent. I know that the company I worked for when that change went down is a company that you and I worked for together, actually, and it took a lot of taste testing. We bought little tiny fryers and would buy a block of grease. You remember those 50-pound block? Buy one block and test it, try to make some of the product, eat it, and it just wasn't. And then finally you found one that worked, but it was a real process, and but it's still not as good tasting as it used to be. It's like going from like a beef cheeseburger to a turkey burger. It's like you can eat it and it'll fill you up, sure, but at the end of the day, dude, it's not beef. It doesn't taste as good.
I do want to jump in and say thank you, and I do want to say good luck to Miss Pittsburgh. She did go in another entry for the autographed football behind me. Again, let me give you a quick story. Again, people might be tuning in saying, what the heck, you're giving this football away? Back in 2014, here in a local high school, Springdale High School, as a matter of fact, we made the trek over there to watch one of these Steelers charity games where they come in and they play the school, the teachers and personnel from the school. In this particular game was at Springdale High School. Cam Hayward, Antonio Brown, Charlie Batch, David DeCastro, Derek Moy, Ross Vitrone, Cortez Allen. We did go to this game, and I put $10. There was like 15 different prizes you could win, and I put $10 in the bucket for this ball right here, and we won this football, guys. So again, there's nothing weird, nothing behind it. I'm going to give it to somebody that comes and watches the show and hangs out and enjoys this program. So again, guys, don't forget, get your picks, get your entries in, as we'll be drawing Monday live right here on the show to see where this football is going, guys. And I do want to say good luck to Miss Pittsburgh and anybody else that is has participated. It's a pretty damn cool football. It really is. It's a nice Nike football, Finch. It's a nice Nike football.
Balls.
It's not official, but Nike, you know what I mean? It's got a Nike.
Is that it behind you in the corner?
That's it right here. Yes.
All right, cool. Very nice, man.
Let's do.
Maybe I'll have to enter in.
Well, I
probably don't qualify.
John even says yesterday on the board, he's like, well, what if the Mike puts a name on and they do? Well, that's not the point. Is not to rip people off. The point.
No, I wouldn't accept it as a win anyway. I will definitely donate, but I will not accept.
I want to give it away. I want to give it to somebody that again that supports us, and I want to give our thanks. So again, guys, I think you will enjoy whoever does win this football Monday playoff day. We will be doing that drawing right here live.
Excellent.
Let's move on. Chicken pot pie from KFC. Fire. It is straight, dude. I love KFC's chicken pot pie.
Yeah, their chicken pot pie is pretty good. You know who else has a pretty good chicken pot pie? Giant Eagle Deli.
Do they really?
Yeah.
And now, Finch, you can even stop while you're in Giant Eagle and get yourself a 12-pack of Duquesne Pilsner. It is now available in Giant Eagle. So, guys,
no way.
Get your chicken pot pie, get your beer. You're set for the big game on Monday.
I know what I'm having for lunch today.
Finch he's door dashing
I'm a mile
right
from
now.
Rochester Giant Eagles right over
there.
there.
You are very
bro.
close.
I'm quite close.
Which again, Derek Moy from the football, right there in Rochester.
Rochester, PA. We talked to him right here on this show. Go back and check out that episode, guys, from a few months back. That was a fun time.
Sure
and
was.
We also brought up the Rochester Sheets, if you remember. Led to a pretty fun conversation.
All the activities, if you will. You betting now? LOL. Jamal says, what up, Vanilla? Also, Steeler Freak says KFC on Monday night for the watch party. I could do KFC every night for every party.
Oh, man. It's my stomach can't handle it anymore that often. But, it is a nice once-in-a-while treat. And you know what? For Monday, it's been a while. Maybe Monday I might do it.
Jamal says, laugh my ass off. Wake up, Vanilla. Tortilla says, McDaniel's always got a runny nose. Why is that?
I think you know why.
Hey, now.
Remember the lawyer in Seinfeld?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, apparently it was the shirt. It wasn't even cocaine. So. All right. He's all. I got.
Hey, totally serious for a second. Concerning Mike McDaniel's, wasn't he seen hitting a vape a couple years ago on the sideline that looked like a 510 thread marijuana vape? I'm pretty sure he did. Somebody real smart on the internet really pointed it out and showed it. They found it. Yeah, I'm not judging him. I'm just saying. Well, Vegas over here saying he says he doesn't have a cocaine problem. He just likes the way it smells. So that makes sense. It's true.
Mike,
cocaine habits mighty bad, and that's what are you gonna do?
And Mike from behind the veil says cocaine smells good. There you go, Vanilla guys. Bingo says we need multiple back sets, power, wishbone, whatever. And you know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see some multiple setbacks, back sets. I'm sorry. Steeler Freak says Mike was on NyQuil when he fell asleep. Vegas says I have a Jordan sports bag that I got in 7th grade. I'm now 52. You know what? I still have a few things. I have a few things from back then. Matter of fact, you know what I have, Finch? I have the Derpy. Remember the Dream Team 1992? Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, all them guys.
Yeah.
There was a starting lineup package. It was 10 of the guys, and it was expensive back then. I mean, it was the thing, and I got it, and I still have it. I just came across it the other day.
A funny collectible I have real quick. Okay.
Hold on, who's typing? Are you typing Vanilla? What does that even mean? Mike, what does that mean? Has to E.
Have to pee, maybe?
Maybe
he's in the wrong chat. Maybe he was trying to type into something else.
But just real quick, yeah, but it is really cool, guys. It has like Jordan, David Robinson, Patrick Ewing, Stockton, Malone.
I loved the 92 Dream Team, man.
Absolutely.
I had the poster. I was into it, and I was at that age where I was like blown away. The basketball talent in the early 90s is unmatched.
Unmatched.
Like, it was so good, and that's not to say there haven't been other talented times, but there was a reason they were called the Dream Team, man.
For sure. Never a better team, in my opinion, on this court at the same time. Vegas says Mr. Rooney was the only owner that voted against the Browns leaving. Tater said, sure we beat, whatever. You didn't beat us all the time at anything. Matter of fact, you haven't did better than us since 1988, so just consider that. Dum Yinzers, Mike says this, NyQuil and Weed Freak. Vegas says the Raisins are the Browns, and the current Browns are the expansion teams. Oh, I see what you're saying. Of course, the Ravens. Scott says this: CJ Stroud needs to see the shroud of darkness in the Pittsburgh cold. CJ has not played well outside the cold in the playoffs. He lost the big game against Michigan in the cold weather. Interesting. That's Derpy. That's Derpy disappears into the night during this comment.
He gone.
Derpy, can you tell us anything about that? You know what? Anytime Ohio State comes up, he has, he's right there. Look at this. Look at it. Vegas says
what a
this.
douche. That is true.
Vegas says Brian Sipe was good before Bernie. You know what? Bernie wasn't even that bad. Yeah, please. Every once in a while, turn on. I just want to hear you. I want to hear Derpy eating. Derpy just sent us a DM and says, "I'm eating. Do you want to hear me? Please."
You showed us your fucking tits once.
I know. I seen your titties, dude. Come on. I bet you he's rubbing grease all over him. Right there, he is. What are you eating, Derpy?
As long as the mic is muted, bro, you're fine.
All right.
Besides, all you got to do if you don't want people to see you, just lean back a little.
Crackers. All right, let's do move on. Vegas says yes, he was. Brian Slate was tough. Also, Tyrone says I'm feeling a little better today. I'm glad, man. Tyrone was down. He was under the weather a little bit earlier in the week, so it's glad to have you back, brother. Need that energy for Monday night, man. We need it. We need all hands on deck.
Yeah, and
that don't mean the 53 in the uniforms. That means us too. Everybody got to be ready for this one. Vegas says you got COVID 26. I'm sorry, right here. Miss Pittsburgh says, yes, sir. It was a lot of drama here. Yes, it was rough here yesterday, Finch.
Yeah, I missed it. I did not get a chance to listen to the show.
And it's as the show was going off, so there was just so much information that was happening, and we didn't even get a chance to dissect what was going on. So it was brutal, man. I don't know who that fellow was, but I hope they got things figured out. Let's move on. Jamal says, no, I don't F with them no more, but I'm loyal to my G. Love you guys. I'll be, bro. That's what I'm saying. I'm glad. Again, if you got to shed some folks in your life, you got to shed some folks in your life. It's what life is. People come on, go, bro. Ham. Also, the song is like Pittsburgh. All I want for Christmas is Are you as happy to hear Roger Wood as you are to hear Mariah Carey, Finch?
I could do without either one of them.
Let's see. Tyrone, chill, Mac, he's right. Let me go right here. Mark Maloney says, one you might not think about. The Dolphins beat the Chiefs a lot of the time. The Dolphins beat the Chiefs a lot. They did. But Corey. What's up, Corey? Always great seeing my man Corey Beavers on the board. He says, I told you guys our predictions for the year that the Chiefs were going to fall off this year, and it's all Taylor's fault. You know what? Corey was saying that bright and early this year. He was giving us predictions about the Chiefs, and he did say that. Tortilla says Steelers versus refs has always been a good rivalry.
It's true, man.
Again, Tater, great ball for a fire log. Oh, I see, with the football.
Oh, he wants to win it so he can chuck it. I'll tell you what, if he wins it, you should send it to him, and Tater needs to post a video or send us a video. We'll put it on the channel.
Tater ain't gonna win. Listen, if Tater put in $1,000, Tater wouldn't win. I can promise you that.
Yeah.
And again, we're not doing anything. We're not doing anything not right. But I'm just saying, Tater wouldn't win that football. Let's do a move on. You know what? I don't know. Just keep moving forward. Somber says nostril whistling. Derpy's nostrils whistle. They do. I've seen it. I've seen it in real time. Jen says we had crazy rain and warm temperatures. This is green grass. There's green grass in your backyard in Wisconsin in January? That is crazy. Vegas says Jay Bell bunted his ass off in front of Barry, Andy, and Bobby Bonilla, who is still getting paid by the Mets. That's right. I love Bobby Bonilla.
July 1st, Bobby Bonilla Day.
Bobby Bonilla Day is our anniversary here on the show. So when we hit our 5th year anniversary this July 1st, we'll be talking about Bobby Bonilla Day. That falls
and I
on
think
the
he
same
still has
day.
5 or 6 more years left on that contract.
Man, what a deal. I'd take that deal in a minute, huh?
Yeah. I would take a fraction of that deal in a minute.
All right, Derpy's done with his dinner. Yeah, Derpy.
I think it's still 32 or 31. I'm not sure.
How were your chicken nuggies?
They were not chicken nuggies. They were crackers. I wish I had chicken nuggies.
End of day says this is the longest week. I can't wait to. You know what? It really is. I like it because it's an extra day that we get to bask. Because you just never know what's going to happen next. We get to we get to enjoy it a little bit.
And there's something to be said too about being the last game of the weekend. You get to know who your opponent is going to be if you win.
To watch everything else play out.
Yeah, you already had time. You have the all day Monday to think about like all the scenarios.
And let me ask you this, Derpy: if your team loses first thing on Saturday, you're not interested in the NFL on Monday night. You're just not. Come on.
Yeah, kind of like when your college team lost early in the playoffs. that happened, right?
Tyrone says TJ Watt, Herbig, Highsmith, Harmon, Hayward. That's a lot of H's. They have to come up with something.
I can tell you what happened, Finch.
He says CJ Stroud should be scared
How
of
about
us.
no?
Psycho Steeler. Psycho Steeler says this. Psycho Steeler 75. First day here. Did that kid with glasses call me a bandwagon fan for leaving a truthful comment? I don't know. Who was it, guys?
We mentioned, you said earlier about if you're miserable with Tomlin, we were talking about just enjoy the ride. And I said, if you want to be that kind of fan, you might as well just turn into a bandwagon fan and follow a different team.
Gotcha.
I was going on what you were saying. So
he's not wrong.
We didn't call you a bandwagon fan. We said that maybe you should think about becoming one.
He's not. The thing is, he's not wrong. I just think that it's mistimed, misplaced. I mean, there are places for people to go and be miserable together. And again, a lot of people we're
having a fun time. We're trying to be positive.
They want to see the team go on, whether they do, whether they don't. And the thing is, I don't necessarily disagree with what you're saying. Again, I think we have all off season to make these arguments and these claims. And this week is just not the time, guys. Enjoy yourself a little bit.
Enjoy the ride. This happens. We don't get this as often as we should. Enjoy it.
This happens. Hopefully, to 31
next
teams.
Week we can probably be miserable next week, and when that time comes, then yes, it will be the proper time for it.
This will be. Listen, guys, 31 teams. This happens to every year. Of course, the odds are against us. You're not psycho. You're not really telling us anything we don't know.
And we've still done it more than any other team.
Is that seems we're mad because we don't have a chance. We know that Tomlin this, Tomlin that, but again, as Finch just said, we've pulled it off more than any other team. Maybe just try to enjoy it. That's again, you don't have to. You don't have to. Just as a Steeler fan to another, guys. Again, it's going to be done eventually, and we're going to have all off season to think about those kind of things. So, I don't know. Enjoy the ride a little bit. It's your team. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. If you don't, that's fine. Just my suggestion. That's all. And the day says the Steelers will win 31-21. Psycho also follows it up by saying, 8-1 and done. And that's a great point. And this is my argument as well. Believe me, I make these arguments too. But also, as the Texans come in on a 9-game winning streak, or 8 or whatever it is, we also have that 8-game losing streak. So again, as I say, they're due. Maybe we're due as well, guys. The defense is stout, no two ways about it. But again, I think Houston is a team that the Steelers match up well against, and I think has potentially can win this football game if they do the things that they do when we win football games. So we will. I think
this might be one of those games where the Steelers defense does what we used to do a little more of, especially TJ Watt. A big play or two to change the tide. A fumble return for a touchdown, a strip sack that changes the tide of the game. It feels like it could be against this Houston offense. It feels like it could be that kind of day for Cam Hayward, TJ Watt, and the boys. Highsmith, we might see something here.
Derpy, Ohio State. This is your guy from college. What's his athleticism? What's his running ability? Does CJ Stroud do anything outside of the pocket? I'm not a big. I don't follow Houston. I didn't follow Ohio State. Is there potential of? Does he have those kind of skills, or is he just more or less a pocket passer?
He does have those skills, but I think the one thing you're looking for is his weakness, which is he's not clutch. He makes bad choices under pressure.
I like that.
That favors the Steelers.
Exactly. If they can get pressure on him, and they did it last week against Lamar, so we'll see.
Real quick about Stroud, though. Derby, I don't think he falls under pressure like that. Ohio State versus Georgia when he's
people are tuning in right now saying, "What the fuck is going on? What is going on? Who is this disembodied voice?"
Exactly.
National championship, first playoff game against the Browns. He was under constant pressure and dropping dimes. Like any quarterback, they're going to struggle, but I don't think it's a choke artist. I just think the team are
Jesus
line right now down there in Houston.
It's the next Penn State fan that's talking.
Fat Jesus has spoken.
I know you.
I'm sorry, Mike. I love you.
Winnie the Pooh has spoken.
Fat Jesus has spoken. Classic, good one, Finch. I know where this game ball is going.
Find that. I'm gone. I'm gone.
No, you don't know. No, we
I'm leaving.
We
Bye.
like Fat Jesus. Let's get back.
Easter is coming, Jesus. Please, you'll be back.
Your time will come.
You'll be back.
Yeah, you'll be back.
Big Bear.
Give him 3 days.
Yeah. Tyrone says, "We got this, bro." You know,
I hate all of you.
Tyrone also says this best chance we had in a while. Usually we are a 7 seed away versus a 2 or 3 seed. No mid-season, no quarterback. Mid-season, mid-defense. Now we have A-Rod and good defense. You know what? Maybe we're due, and I hope we are. Yeah, Derpy, good.
The one thing that I've noticed that hasn't happened in a long time for us, in favor of us, our defense is pretty somewhat healthy. Regardless, I mean, I would say most of the time we're like 70% going into the playoffs. These recent couple years, I would say we're about 85%, 90%. So that's just me.
What do you think about that, Finch? We're healthy.
I'm going to be honest. I was playing with the sound clip program, and I wasn't listening to a single.
And you know what? I wasn't paying attention to what he was saying either. That's why I passed it over to you.
Oh, I understand. I'm sorry. I have tears in my eyes. I'm laughing right now.
Okay, that was a bad take. My bad.
No, but listen, you're not here to talk to us. But at least everybody else heard you, I think.
Do you want to see why I'm laughing so hard?
Do you want to do it again, Derpy? Go ahead.
No, I'm good. Let's get the picks.
I was trying to pull something up in my notes, and I was kind of hoping Derpy would take a little bit longer. It was what was going on over here.
I don't know,
Derpy.
Derpy, go ahead. Yeah, they're healthy. Go ahead. I'm listening this time. I promise.
I'm just saying that I think they're healthier than most past years that we've had the opportunity to go to the playoffs.
You got that right. You're absolutely right about that.
Okay.
Thank you, Derpy. Great.
Please. Please stay, Derpy.
Okay.
All right,
You are right about that. We are reasonably healthy right now. It's 100%. Obviously, we've had a couple injuries lately that have been an issue with Rodgers. Obviously, TJ Watt's injury, but I thought he played pretty well for considering the circumstance last week. You're right, though. Other than that, and those guys are on their way to being healthy, we are reasonably healthy this time around, and that's a big thing because most teams aren't this time of year.
Yeah, I agree. Guys, this is what I was going to bring up earlier. Tell me what you think. Trey Essex makes this comment, and I got to be honest with you guys. I would have said it was crazy. But this is a comment that former offensive lineman Trey Essex has made about a couple players on this team. Now, I may be out of my mind. Maybe Corey and myself on the board, being conspiracy guys, might be the only people that think that. But hear me out. This was a tweet by Trey Essex. Yeah, I'm not sure what's up with Duggar. After seemingly being godsend when he first got here, he's been a massive liability the last 2 weeks. Between him and all the special teams penalties that Julius Peppers is picking up, it makes you wonder if the Patriots have activated their sleeper cell. Now, with that being said, let me paint what he's talking about. you remember Duggar turning his back on the only Cleveland Brown touchdown 2 weeks ago? Literally didn't even play the ball. He turned his back and let the guy catch it. Let me make another point. Have you noticed how many special teams penalties Jabril Peppers has been getting called on the last 3 or 4 weeks? Every time Jabril Peppers, it's Jabril. So again, I'm not saying that there's a big conspiracy going on. I'm not saying that they're not activating sleeper cells out of New England, but you look at those two players, they're coming up with some pretty timely F-ups if you look at it. Again, Duggar, he makes some big plays, but again, who the hell turns their back when a guy's catching a touchdown pass at the 1 yard line?
What was Essex's words there? He said that he was a giant liability. Is that what was his words?
Let me read it verbatim. He says, I'm not sure what's going on with Duggar. After seeming to be godsend when he first got here, he's been a massive liability.
Yes.
The last 2 weeks.
Trey Essex. Let me tell you something about Trey Essex. He completely understands.
Before you comment about Trey, has he not been making a lot of mistakes in his past two? In the past 2 games?
Yes, he has, but other players make mistakes, yes.
Absolutely, but okay, continue.
Trey Essex understands and knows what it's like to be a
But the players turn their back on guys catching touchdown passes in the end zone?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Trey Essex's opinion is no better than ours. Fuck that guy. He sucks. He's stupid. The conspiracy theory, though, I mean, it's interesting. It's cute to hear stuff like that and to think about it. It makes for fun banter and conversation. But at the end of the day, man, these are guys who are professionals who made a mistake. He's not being paid off. There's no sleeper cell, no sleeper agent. The guys, they screwed up. And Jabril Peppers, he's not that great. He's okay. He makes it a play here and there. But he's an undisciplined player.
Yes. He's a hammer, though.
He will smack the mouth right off your face, bro. I like that about him. I was not upset when we brought him in, but he's not. He is a liability style player in terms of cleanliness and playing.
I would say that Peppers is certainly more of a liability than Duggar so far from what I've seen.
In the small sample size that we've seen, yes, I can agree with you.
But again, if you're going to talk small sample size, it was just a small sample size that Duggar picked up a scoop and score. So you can't really give him the credit if you're not really going to come down on him in other areas. So again, that's why it makes this an interesting take, right?
Just like that cracker was a small sample size of what's to come for Derpy's diet later today.
Point taken. With that being said,
carbs, baby.
We all understand. Let's move on. Psycho says this. He says, just being truthful and not a bandwagon fan, buddy. I love the forward to it. And we don't not believe you.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I said something that upset you, man. What you said.
The weird one in the glasses. I promise.
He called me a kid, by the way, which
the kid in the glasses, he did not mean anything by it. I promise.
No, we love you here. Stay here, please.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sit down, kick off your feet, kick off your shoes, put up your feet, and relax.
Mark Malone says this. He says, home versus Buffalo. He would rather have that home game where we let up 249 yards on the ground, guys. Buffalo's the one team we don't match up well against. They're the one team I don't want to see in the second round. I'm just saying.
Could they be our Patriots of 2008 where they got knocked out by somebody else and it opened the door for us? I mean, it could happen.
Let's see how this game plays out on Monday. And again, we're going to have these conversations of the future.
That's true.
After that.
You're right.
As
let's
Psycho,
talk back more conspiracy talk, please.
But as Psycho is saying, he has a good point. He's not wrong in what he's saying. He's just taking the pessimistic route, and there's nothing wrong with that.
We're in too good of a mood for that right now.
And there's nothing wrong with that. He's being honest, and that's again, that's my argument. While we're not in a good mood,
he's the Archie to our meathead.
Meathead.
Or the other way around, I guess.
Poor meathead, huh?
Yeah, that's a shame.
That is a shame. Let's move on though. Scott says this. I'm talking about going forward inside the 3 yard line, not doing things stupid on your side of the field, plus side of the field unless the field goal takes a lead or makes a two score lead. I'm sorry.
I believe that's when he was talking about the 4th and 1s and going for it. Yeah, I believe that's what he was. Okay.
Yes, Christopher,
what's up, buddy?
What's up? Happy New Year to you.
Good to see you. Long time.
I think we've seen you after the New Year, but it's been a few days.
Yeah.
I'm always happy to see Christopher on a terrible board. He says this. Hey, fellas, if we throw beyond the sticks, we don't need to worry about 3rd and 4th down. We throw too many balls short and expect our players to pick up the first down. Too many checkdowns. But guys, as we hate this, and we do, we've expressed this over and over and over and over and over. That's the offense. We don't have wide receivers to throw downfield. We literally built this offense to hit tight ends and running backs and short passes.
I mean, Calvin Austin had that nice touchdown catch. He's capable of getting downfield
in small doses. He's
small doses,
yes.
But I'm just saying, it's once again, it's a pick your spots, pick your battles kind of thing, as we said earlier with all the going for it on 4th. maybe it would be nice to be able to check down just a little bit less. But, Aaron Rodgers is an experienced guy. When you see him check down or go for a screen, that's usually his second or third choice. It means somebody's covered. And you don't want to see us have to hit that as often as we do, but our receivers just aren't good enough to always get open.
Game. We were at a point where we literally weren't throwing anything more than 3 yards. So we've certainly made adjustments. We certainly
but who's to say if we hadn't tossed 140 yards down the field that it wasn't going to be a short pick too,
right.
You know what I mean?
And again, this defense, they got some Hawks guys, so keep that in mind.
Yes, they do.
But awesome seeing you, Christopher, my man. I hope everything's going well for you, sir. In this 2026, here we are.
Legend.
Yinzer Joe says Derpy works overtime on trans fats. Question mark. He's not accusing you of that. He's
asking if you do. Yes.
Questioning, right. Tommy says nice gesture, Ryan. Also, I think that was about the football. Tyrone, Yinzer Joe. Mark Malone, that's what I do for fast food nowadays. Delis at grocery stores. And you know what? That's delicious. Fast food tastes like garbage now. And I love fast food. I always have. Love fast food. It's garbage with this trans fat situation. What's the other one? What's the other thing nobody wants to eat these days? What the hell
Glucose?
is it? Glucose.
That's like a type of sugar? Or are you talking about gluten? Gluten.
Leave my gluten alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's a whole other conversation with that, man.
You're gonna let us smoke cigarettes and drink alcohol. It's perfectly fine, but you're not gonna allow us to eat
but you can't have extra bread with extra yeast in it. There are people who are sensitive to it, and if you do avoid gluten, there can be benefits.
That's not my problem.
It's like the vegan thing. Like, why do you have to push it on everybody?
Like when
I respect that people have their diet and
when you pee, Finch, when it burns when you pee, that doesn't affect anybody else besides you. So it's your issue. Why does it have to affect us when we choose what we want to eat and what we don't want to eat?
You leave my personal life out of this, you son of a bitch.
Let's move on. Mark Malone says that's what I do for. Okay, we got that. Tommy, what's up, dude? Tommy Strings coming in. He says this. So always great seeing Tommy. He says I never win anything, so not very hopeful is entering it. It is easy, just right here below you, I believe. What is the
There's a little dollar sign near the chat on on your logo, and if you have and it's very easy to do. If you have Apple Pay or Google Pay or Samsung Pay on your phone or one of those, you can actually hook it up to your YouTube and just real quickly do a $1 donation. That's all it takes. And it lets you put a little highlighted chat or a highlighted sticker if you'd like. They call it a super chat or a super sticker. And if you hit that, that's the easiest way. It highlights your stuff in the comments. I'm sure you guys have been seeing that flashing up the last few days. And that's your entry ticket. When we see that, that's when we write it down and you get your name in the hat. So, if you want the ball, if you want to grab Ryan's balls and keep it for yourself, that's how you do that. It's a little dollar sign. It's next to the little emoji symbol next to the chat box.
Even Cody, when he's on and he puts his entries in, he writes in comments. He's like, I'm going to grab the balls and twist.
Yeah.
Anything you want, you could write on that particular.
Grab his balls and twist it.
Grab his balls and twist, man.
I love that video, man. You ever see that? The guy at the MMA fight? Yeah, it's a classic meme video.
Let's see. So if you feel there's a good chance, as I said, that the numbers are to the point where it's good odds for everybody. It's not blown out of the water. It's not thousands of people.
It's fun. It supports the show. It shows love, and it makes Ryan feel good, like he is doing something for his community.
And listen, as far as I'm not trying to make a killing. We're going to take the money and put it right back in the show. So again,
we got to get Derpy a new green screen.
I have to get
the
Mike
KFC budget suddenly has gone balloon through the roof.
We got to get Mike a
Vanilla Thunder needs a perm.
A perm. But I do want to say, let me cut you off real quick. Thank you and good luck to Jamal. Jamal with 2 entries, and then also Tortilla also with 2 entries. So if you could see it right there, Tommy, that's what happens when you do that. Thank you, fellas. I appreciate it as always. Let's move on, guys. Vegas says he does cocaine like the guy in Die Hard that Hans Gruber, aka Professor Snake, killed. Love Die Hard movies. Yinzer Joe was obvious that McDaniel was drinking in the past, so I guess he figured he'd try something else, but he's still signed Stig. He's just such a little guy. It doesn't look like he really matured past like junior high, right? He's just a little shit, that Mike McDaniel. What tricks do you think we have up our sleeves for the playoffs? Finch, Corey has asked a very interesting question, and I'm going to pass it off to you. Corey asks, what tricks do you think we have up our sleeves for the playoffs, Finch?
Ooh, that's a fine question because the Steelers haven't really shown any sort of tricks all season. We've just kind of played sort of standard football. We've gotten a little lucky here or there. I'd say that we do have talent in the bag that comes through for us from time to time. So I would say that I think Chris Boswell, man, I think he might be the difference in this game, because I agree with what Ryan said earlier. Before I came on air, I was listening to a few minutes, and Ryan said that you thought we were either going to lose by 20 or win by 3. I agree with that 100%, and I think winning by 3, that puts Boswell. He's the trick of the trade. He's coming off a rough end to that game last week when he missed that extra point that could have potentially screwed us. So I think Boz will be coming back, and he'll get some opportunities, and he might be the guy. He might be the man at the end. He will not loop it up.
That's a good answer to that. And I do want to say real quick, I do want to refer back to the donate or the entries. See, as Jamal put gang also. Excuse me,
gang.
Tortilla says Tater's mom uses teeth. Tater's mom uses her teeth. Interesting. Tater's mom.
She's got it going on.
She got it going on. Also, and I do want to say as well, I do want to say thank you and good luck to Bingo as well. Bingo says this, grabbing your balls. So again, thank you and good luck. I hope I can't wait to see who wins. I truly can't. Let's continue. And then I do have a few more topics we're going to get into, Finch, as we are at this point of the show.
I've got all day, brother. Let's go.
Scott says this, as much as we complain about not getting high draft picks in the NFL draft, you got to admit you're excited that we have something to look forward to in the first round. Absolutely. And again, I don't want to argue about what kind of fans people can be and what they are and what they aren't. And it's just, again, you're not going to win every year. So if those years that you're like, okay, well, we're probably not going to win, don't make yourself miserable about it. Just enjoy the freaking game. And I don't know what I don't know what else to say. Cody, what's up, brother? Always great seeing the code, man. Cody also in on an entry for today, a couple entries as he goes in on 2. I do want to say Bingo went in on 5. I do want to say also good luck to everybody. Thank you, Cody. Cody says the old ball twist. The old ball twist. He never misses a beat, never misses an opportunity to twist them balls. Cody, great seeing you, man.
I cringed a little bit when you read that comment just now.
I cringed a little bit saying it, believe me.
There was a little bit of that. Every man in the comments understands exactly what I'm about to say. That little that happens down there when you hear something cringy, you're like, ooh, it kind of
my testicles kind of shriveled up
inside.
Exactly.
I was trying to avoid saying those words, but you nailed it, bro.
Mark Malone, he says, I lost my Bubby Brister starting lineup action figure. I still have mine.
Number 6.
As a matter of fact, when I showed you my Tim Worley a couple weeks ago, I literally found my Bubby at the same time. I have my. Does he have a white jersey on, Mark? Mark Malone. Do you have a Mark Malone starting lineup? I wonder.
What was his number, Mark Malone?
16.
Oh, okay.
End of day says, as a Steeler fan, I'm so excited. Me too. This is the time.
I just can't hide it.
Because here's the thing. Let's say we lose next week. Well, guess what? We have all year to wait now.
Yeah, we could be miserable. We're used to being miserable in the offseason. Let's put it off as long as we can. Let's be happy and enjoy ourselves now, and let's watch the football.
Scott says this, 18 other teams are cleaning out their lockers and planning for the draft. I'll take the Steelers' problem for getting ready for the Texans tough day. Absolutely.
Including teams in Cincinnati, Cleveland, and Baltimore. Just let me say that.
And Dallas, who has a pretty damn good wide receiver that added with another really good wide receiver and a potential MVP quarterback should not be sitting on the couch when a team that has one receiver and a old man is...
Well, to be fair, Dallas's defense is ranked right below the Central Valley Indians defense.
We let up 250 yards rushing in one game. Our defense isn't exactly
Indians, I should say.
Isn't exactly setting the world on fire.
I'm just saying we made the playoffs.
You
Dallas did not.
Just saying. All right.
Remember George Pickens? Where's he at right now?
On the couch.
Unfortunately.
Vegas, very interesting comment. I've seen this coming down the pike, and I find this interesting because this was a song that was popular on our show about 4 years ago, as we did have Miss Aurora Snow, the porn star.
Yes, I remember her. You were a fan of her for a long time.
A long time. As a matter of fact,
I would have not known who she was if it was not for you 20-odd years ago.
She was the female adult actress of the year back in 2002.
And I understand exactly why.
And she was on our show within the first 2 seasons. As a matter of fact, she was on a couple times with us. Ended up becoming a really good friend of the show.
Fun fact about Aurora, if you'd like to hear real quick.
Just 1 second. Let me finish my point.
Please.
And the song that you're talking about right here, Vegas, was the theme of that particular episode. If you go back and pull up the original Aurora Snow, we were able to use songs without copyright issues because we were going through Spotify at the time, and we were able to use I Touched Myself, and that was exactly the theme that the vinyls I Touched Myself was the theme for that first Aurora Snow interview.
Howard Stern show used to do, and they might still do this clip, but they'll pepper in a sound clip from here or there. They used to do a sound clip of a porn star making a duck noise.
Yeah, that was her.
That was her.
We had that earlier this week. But that was my my sound effect for Baltimore choking.
Was it really?
Yes. Go back to Monday's show. That was what I used.
I missed that part. Yeah.
Yeah. Good times. Let's move on though. Yes. Tommy says, bummer Mark, if I can't find mine, if I can find mine, I send it to you. Is it the one where he has the white jersey? Just wondering. Miss Pittsburgh says, yes, sir. Here we go.
Here we go.
Vegas says, oh, wow, that's cool. I didn't know that. Tyrone says, Finch is funny as Finch is funny. He's a funny
here, man.
dude.
This is why I'm here. It's not because of my knowledge. It's not because of my my sports acumen. It's because I am the comic relief.
Tom said, yes, Tommy Strings, you're absolutely right. The classic Stern Duck sound. You've heard it many a times. RBI says Operation Shutdown greater than Bobby Bonilla Day. Sorry. Derek Bell, of course, Operation Shutdown. Vegas says the Mets owner apparently had most of his money being managed by Bernie Madoff.
Oh, that's brutal. That might actually be true.
Followed up by saying, what a name for a money manager. He made off with everyone's money.
Oh,
like it. Somber said he runs if he has to. Tommy says CJ can. I'm talking about CJ Stroud, of course. He says CJ can run, but he usually likes to throw. What's up, Cody? My man, always great seeing the Code Man on the terrible board. Hope things are going well for you down in Texas. I can't. I don't know. I don't know what the environment would be, and I don't know where you are compared to Houston. Texas is a humongous state, but I'm just kind of curious on what people were saying down in Houston or down in Texas about this football game coming up. What up, Tommy? Cody says. Tommy says this: the drill man in the house for show. Tortilla says, is that Jesus talking? It was Jesus talking. You caught it. Yes. It's a miracle, if you will. John says this fan should be realistic about the team. If they win the Super Bowl, it will be a miracle and a lifelong memory. Many fans like me are realistic about their chances. And absolutely. And, and I think, John, ultimately a lot of fans are, but are we not supposed to enjoy the ride? That's all. Back in 2005, with the worst defense in the league, a second-year quarterback, and Jerome Bettis fumbling the ball on the goal line, picked up by Indianapolis, that's very close to not being a Super Bowl year. Think about it, guys. Sometimes it takes a little magic.
It's bringing a tear to my eye just thinking back about it.
They needed to win everything to get in. They pulled it off with that line. Again, one of the worst offensive lines in the league statistically. One
of the craziest tackles you'll ever see in your life with Ben Roethlisberger.
A second-string guy back under center. I'll admit he was a great, he's a great Hall of Fame
legend,
quarterback.
obviously, but
at that
we didn't know that at the time.
In a very close game in Indianapolis against the number 1 seed Colts, a little bit of magic happened. So that's all I'm saying, guys. Enjoy a little bit.
Magic happened in 1972 when number 32 picked up that ball, scraped it off the ground, an inch away from the ground, and ran it back for a touchdown. That's the magic. That's what it takes sometimes for a team or for a dynasty to start.
Let's see. Vegas says, what's up? And D's nuts will always be fun. Absolutely.
Oh, yes. It will never not be funny. It can be an overplayed meme. You can say it too much and it can get old, but
I've never heard D's nuts get old, but I get what you're saying. Let's go right here. GP on the couch. Where do we go? There we go. It all moved. It did a crazy move on me. I kind of lost my spot here for a second. Go ahead, Finch. You could pick up the pace for a moment while I'm trying to.
Yeah, I'm kind of trying to find where we're at here. Steelers Freak says fans should be realistic about the team. If they win the Super Bowl, to me, a miracle and a lifelong memory. Many fans like me are realistic about their chances, but they will still stay optimistic. We're being realist here too. We're not disagreeing with what you're saying. We're just saying that we don't want to have a conversation right now. These nuts will always be funny. Yes, the Steelers' real chance for another Super Bowl is with the Killer Bees. I mean, you're right about that. Okay, there's no doubt in anybody's mind. There was a couple years there in the late 2000 teens with the Killer Bees. We had one of the most potent offenses our squad had ever had. I mean, Ben was throwing 500-yard games all left and right. You're right about that. Nobody's disagreeing with that. Cody, he's chilling, killing you. Just chilling. Ty, Cody in the MF and house. What up, Tyrone T. Somber. I'm excited for the college football today. I miss football. Yes.
Let's stop on that and let's talk a little bit about that.
Yes, let's do. I actually have the bracket in front of me because I want to
talk
about
20 minutes. We're going to hit the predictions. I'm sorry, the picks for the week.
Yes.
And we are doing college football as well, guys. So do stick around for as we're rounding third on the show. But this is where we're at. Let me get into a couple other topics, guys, as I'm seeing questions that I do have answers for. Yes, Trey Flowers. We did bring Trey Flowers back. Got to remember, though, it was Daryl Porter Jr. that got plucked out of the practice squad by the Bills. And now we did sign cornerback Trey Flowers back to the Steelers roster. So, guys, Trey Flowers is here. And somebody brought this up to me because it was Daryl Porter Jr. that got plucked. So that's the two DBs were in question. Let me ask you this. We talked about Deshaun Elliott. I'm seeing a bunch of tweets saying that he may be trying to hit that 21-day window. He had the big injury earlier in this year. We talked about him earlier in the week. We said, is Deshaun Elliott coming back? What's going on with him? I don't even remember. Mike said that he was out for a year, but I've seen multiple tweets. I'd say 3. It indicates that Deshaun Elliott is talking about opening up that 21-day window, which again would require some wins to get him back into the game. Deshaun Elliott, I would love to see him back, and I think he could be such a big part for stopping the run from that safety position. As again, you're going to be seeing a lot of different teams aren't going to be bad anymore. Everybody's going to be good. So I think all hands on deck. Tyrone's saying right on the board, yes, he says Elliott might play, and it's going to take a couple weeks to get to use that window. But still, I would love to see Deshaun Elliott back out there, especially in the playoffs.
He's a solid player, and it's all about depth. This late in the season, people are beat up. Everybody has played a lot of football, and he's coming back rested. And hopefully the injury obviously is good, but he'll be rested. The rest of his body will be rested. His mental state will be rested. He'll be wanting and itching to play some football. It's good to have the depth. It's good to have them there because stopping the run is something this Steelers team, we need more depth in that particular spot.
Absolutely. Couple more things, guys. Then we're going to get into some picks for the week. As again, a lot of big games start today, starting on the college level. Broderick Jones, 5th-year decision. Is this going to be a hard decision for you, Finch? If you're the Steelers, Broderick Jones is 5th year.
I've been hard on him a lot up until this year. He's definitely improved this year. It goes back to having depth. I mean, he's an experienced guy now. He understands this offense. He understands his team. But is this offense going to be next year's offense? I think that's what comes down to is who's going to be running the team next season. Do we want to keep some of these guys around? And is he anywhere on that list of guys that you certainly need to keep? That's hard to say. So if it was me, I'd say maybe try to keep him again for another season. He's definitely improved, but he's not lighting the world on fire either.
I do want to say this just for the record. Finch is 42.
Yeah.
It was just funny because when that guy said you did,
to call me a kid, I took it as a compliment.
Yeah, I would take that as a compliment. Holy crap! 42.
I definitely did. Thank you, Steelers Freak 75. Were you born in 75, or are you just referencing that year, or perhaps Joe Green? If you're born in 75, I guess compared to you, I am a kid.
I don't know if it was Steeler Freak, but
it was him that said it. Yeah,
it was Steeler Freak.
Yeah, he was the one that called, or I think it was Steeler Freak, wasn't it? Steeler Freak 75.
It was the other guy, the guy that was a new guy here.
The Psycho Steeler. Yeah, you're right. Psycho Steeler 75 is who I meant. Yes, because Steelers Freak is 64. My bad.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that we got
it
that
had
right.
Number 75 in it. Yeah, sorry about that.
Also, guys, a couple more things here. NFL.com. NFL.com, guys, as it has many times in the past, has the Houston Texans 9-1. 9-1 beating the Steelers this weekend. Finch, Derpy, are you buying into the 9-1 that the NFL.com is saying that Pittsburgh is going to lose to Houston this week?
No.
Finch?
I agree with Derpy. That's going to be a no from me, dog.
All right. A couple more things. What would a playoff win mean to Steeler Nation? Ultimately, yes, we haven't done it in a long time. Yes, there's people getting very, very impatient. There's people want heads on platters. Mm-hmm. What would it truly mean, Finch, for a playoff win this Monday night when the Texans come to town?
I think it could further split the fan base.
I agree.
Interesting.
I agree, Finch.
Because a lot of people really, this goes back to what we were saying earlier, and we kind of don't want to talk about it, but a lot of people really they want to see us lose, and they want to see Tomlin gone, and Tomlin, that the more he wins in the playoffs this year, the less and less that chance of that happening, especially if he wins the Super Bowl.
I made a point the other day.
Arguing about it. That's all.
If he loses Monday, he's not going anywhere. And I'm going to tell you why.
I don't think so either. I agree with you. I'm going to prove the argument will still be there. I have
the 100% answer why. This isn't an argument. This is proof. He's tied with Chuck Noll right now. One more win puts him in the lead. All-time wins for the Steelers. If he loses, there's not a chance in hell he agrees to walk away from the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, he wants that.
He comes back next year in a matter of no time. He becomes the winningest Steeler coach in history. If he loses Monday, not a chance in hell. Players or fans will want him gone. All this, the whole debate that we're always dealing with. He's not going to leave Pittsburgh if they lose with him tied with Chuck Noll.
I agree with you on that. That makes sense. I did not know that stat, but I believe the question was, if they win, what does it mean? And I felt that a Steelers win will split the fan base, because it'll be one more week that the Tomlin.
Well, the initial question was that, yes, of course, and then
I'm sorry, yeah, I'm not trying to derail you or anything. Right. I'm just saying. I
was the one that asked the question. What are you even talking about? A couple more things here. Flores to Baltimore. Flores to Baltimore has been a rumor. Brian Flores, of course, we liked him in the past, and we've talked about him possibly becoming a coach here. But guys. John Harbaugh.
He still has some stigma,
they have the head start on us as far as filling those positions. But you know what? So is Arthur Smith, and he's being contacted by Tennessee. But go ahead.
The advantage of being on the couch the first week of the playoffs is that you get that head start on talking to people. Right. So that's
the question is, though, let me get to the question part of it. The question is, can you see him being a Ravens head coach? And if he is, do you think that would play well for the Ravens?
I think it might play well for the Steelers, because I don't think he'll do a great job there. Okay. I like Brian Flores. I don't know if that's a great fit.
Yeah. All right. Some things just don't fit. You're right. A couple more comments here. Chris Hoke, the backup nose guard behind Snacks, Casey Hampton in the Super Bowl that we've been talking about 20 years ago. He says this. The Steelers defense is starting to believe. Guys, the Steelers defense is starting to believe. Do you guys agree with that?
Yes.
Football is a mental game. It really is. What's the old adage? The football is 90% mental and 10% physical.
Yeah.
And you know what? When you believe, things do happen. I think we've all experienced that before. We knew we were going to lose. We knew we were going to screw up. We knew I was going to do this wrong and then it happens. And then other times you just feel it. You know you're going to do well. You know you're going to do right. You know you're going to get an A on that test. You know you're going to do something the right way, and it happens. That feeling of belief is a big part of it, and football has a lot of it.
Two more comments, and then we are going to get ready to do our picks, guys.
What the hell is behind you, Derpy?
Nobody.
He said nobody. I've been noticing that for a while, and Derpy's been going out. Who knows what he has going on over there? But here we go. Two more comments, guys. Two more quotes. Adam Thielen says that Roman Wilson works his butt off. He wants to become great. Well, Roman Wilson might not even see the field again in his second season. First year he was out with injury. This year in and out. Every time he came in, he made catches. Are you buying? Adam Thielen says Roman Wilson working his butt off and wants to be great. I'm not questioning that Roman Wilson wants to do those things.
I'm not questioning that Adam Thielen is wrong. If he sees what we don't see, if he sees the man is working his butt off and he says he is, I do believe him.
And I'm sure he is. And I have not a doubt that he did.
And I hope he is, because Roman Wilson is somebody who I've been interested in since the day we drafted him. I've wanted him to play. He had that unfortunate injury last year. I want to believe that he can be a guy who can come in and make an impact. I just don't know if he's going to.
You know what? I tend to agree with Bingo. I'm looking kind of ahead here. Bingo says Stefanski might be the best coach available. I by no means think that Stefanski's a bad coach. I think that
that everybody goes to Cleveland gets sucked into that black hole of just brownness
of suck. And finally, guys, last comment here. Mike Tomlin says he's tired of hearing him. We're talking about DK Metcalf. He says Mike Tomlin says he's tired of hearing him apologize. He's ready for Metcalf to move on and play. Guys, do you guys see a big game by DK Metcalf this week? In second part of the question, do we have to have a big game by DK Metcalf to win this week?
Yes, we do. it's all hands on deck, and he is one of the best set of hands we got. So yeah, he needs to show up, and he's going to have, goes back to what I said in the last little bit there about feeling and believing in yourself and having mental fortitude to be able to play. It's in his head right now. This is a revenge game for him. That's the chip on his shoulder. You know what I mean? He wants to get in and play football, and he wants to show our team that he made a mistake, and he's here to make up for that mistake.
All right, a lot of awesome messages on the board again, guys. I'm looking forward. I'm just gonna read this last one that Bingo put up here. He says, "This is Roman Wilson's working his butt off." Well, then, sorry, kids. Sometimes people just aren't good enough, and you know what? I tend to think that this might be the situation with Roman. I don't know exactly what's going on, but something is going on there, guys. Let's get to it. It's time to get our picks in. That's right. We're going to do college picks because we have Final Four, if you will, college football games today and tomorrow. Then we're into the NFL all weekend, all the way up through Monday night when the Steelers do host the Houston Texans. Derpy, Finch, everybody, let's get ready. Let's get these picks in. It is that time of the show. Derpy, I'm going to start with you. First game today, 7:30 tonight, Ole Miss, Miami. I know you don't want to pick any teams that beat your team, and I get that. But let's be fair. And who do you think is going to win these games? Tonight is the Ole Miss Miami game. Derpy, who wins Ole Miss versus Miami?
My heart wants Ole Miss, but realistic, I think Miami's going to win.
You know what? You're saying Miami. Tyrone on the board is saying Ole Miss. I'm going to agree with Derpy. I think that Miami wins. I want to say Ole Miss because I think that they probably should win, but I'm taking Miami. Finch, who do you like in this game tonight? Ole Miss, Miami, 7:30 start. College football playoffs tonight. We will know a team that's going to be in the championship game.
I'm going to go with Miami as well. You know how we were just talking about Magic earlier and how the Steelers had Magic in 2005, and it feels like we might have a little bit of Magic going this season. I think Miami's feeling that Magic, especially after that incredible game they played against Ohio State. We talk a lot of shit about OSU, but they are a fantastic football team.
Absolutely, they're the top.
And Miami really they played good ball, and there's no reason to believe they're not capable of doing it again. I like Miami in this game. I think the Magic is going to take them to the final. I just don't know if they're better than either of the other two teams we're about to talk about.
All right, let's get to it. Tomorrow's games, of course, on Friday at 7:30. The other game to see who's going to the national championship in about 10 days after that, guys, is the Oregon Ducks versus the Indiana Hoosiers. I'm going to come back to you, Derpy. Let's cycle around. Oregon, Indiana tomorrow, 7:30. Who do you like in this one?
I think the Ducks upset the Hoosiers.
All right. You know what? That's a good guess. Finch, over to you. What do you think? Oregon, Indiana.
Yeah, that's a great guess, Derpy. It's also wrong as hell. Give me Indiana, bro.
You know what? I do respect his opinion as well and his guess, but I'm also going to take Indiana.
Aurora Snow's favorite team, the Oregon Ducks, everybody.
So there you go, guys. So that is our college. My championship looks like this: Miami and Indiana. So
that's what I'm thinking too. And I in that case, I think Indiana is in a pretty good space right now.
All right, guys, let's get to the NFL. Of course, Saturday we got 2 games, 3 games Sunday, and then a Monday night game. You might recognize that team that's playing on Monday night. We're going to start on Saturday. Game 1, 4:30 start. The Rams at the Panthers. Derpy, is there any chance in the world this Panthers team could beat Matthew Stafford and the Rams this weekend?
Yes and no.
Interesting. Where are you coming from on that?
Their quarterback,
but
their defense would probably be the ones to mess it up.
Okay. Vince, what about yourself?
Yeah, I was kind of high on Carolina earlier this season because they had a stretch in the middle of the season where they were playing some pretty solid football and winning some games against some good teams. But this is the playoffs now, man. And right. Matthew Stafford, he's like Rodgers, he's that elder statesman in the NFL. He's so good.
Dude, man.
He makes smart plays. He's almost still at the top of his game. He's going to be hard to beat in these playoffs. I think I like Stafford to go pretty deep, to be honest with you. Give me the Rams.
I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop you real quick because I just want to get in a couple of these comments that the guys on the board were throwing in about the college predictions.
Go on.
So Tortilla has Miami. Armac is saying Ole Miss. Christophus is saying Ole Miss loses 34-25 tonight to Miami. Jamal says I'm going Ole Miss.
Baby.
Mike is saying Miami. Armac says got to root for DK's alma mater. Oh, there you go. Christopher says I'm a lifelong fan of the U and the Steelers, so he's going Miami. Quack Quack or Oregon. I'm sorry for
Quack, quack.
Tortilla. Vanilla Thunder's all-time favorite team,
Oh,
Indiana.
of all time.
Here we go.
It's his favorite of all time ever.
Boo. Indiana. Christopher is saying Indy all the way. Tortilla is saying Matty Ice. All right, let's get back to the pro ranks, guys. Yes.
About the Rams?
Mm-hmm.
Stafford is from the area where the Super Bowl is at.
Okay. Well, you've been on this area thing lately with Aaron Rodgers. And
I'm just saying.
I know.
Just saying.
Kenneth is
but
saying
I would choose the Rams over the Panthers.
There's a lot of area showing in the middle of that T-shirt right now.
I can pull
Please,
Max it if
Finch. Come on. I do want to say this also. Kenneth, I do want to say what's up, brother. Kenneth is saying Indiana, so that's where he's on college picks. Rams, Panthers. So we got to that. Finch, did you get your Rams, Panthers pick in yet?
Yes, I picked the Rams.
Okay, so let's move on. 8:00 Saturday night. Green Bay, Chicago. Derpy, Packers, Bears. Oh my, who do you like?
Honestly, this could go either way. Because this game does not have.
Is it going to go the way where you actually say the words? No, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Now that I was talking, going the Bears. All right. You know what? I think the Bears are playing better football right now than Green Bay is. I think Green Bay has a better team overall because they're just a little more seasoned. But at the end of the day, I think Chicago played better football this year. Finch, I'm going to come over to you with the same exact question. Green Bay at Chicago. Who do you like?
Chicago kind of feels like the Cinderella of the NFC this year. I think they're the team that they're definitely one of the more improved teams from the previous year. Caleb Williams is playing solid football. He's exciting. He's looking like he might be the real deal. Their defense is not great, though. They do not have a very good defense. I don't see Chicago going deep into the playoffs, but I like them to win this week. So they're playing in Chicago. That place is going to be electric. You want to talk about, you were saying that stuff about the rivalries earlier. We're going to watch this game, and it's going to have a rivalry feel, man. So that's, in this one moment, we're going to give it to them. I like the Bears. Give me the Bears by 6.
Derpy, what was you had something?
I chose the Bears,
okay.
But I wouldn't be surprised if the Packers do something. I wouldn't be surprised if the Bears.
So you're picking one, but you're also picking the other. Great, let's move on.
That's usually my strategy. I try to pick both teams so I can't lose. I agree.
Like an Indian giver.
Like an Indian giver, huh?
Yes. How about that? Yes. How?
Also, guys, let's get to the Sunday game. Sunday. There are 3 football games from the NFL on Sunday. Number 1, 1:00. The first game is the Bills at the Jags. Is there anybody alive that doesn't hope that the Jaguars upset this Bills team?
Oh, yes.
They are the higher rank. It's at home. Derpy, is there any chance the Jaguars beat Buffalo? Again, it's not really an upset. They're the higher seed. I don't want to see Buffalo. I want Jacksonville in this one ultimately. Derpy, who wins this football game?
I think this game will come down to what type of Josh Allen we get.
Finch just fell asleep too. Right. Absolutely. Josh Allen is certainly the key. Whatever you get from him, if he comes out and has one of his 5 touchdown days, 3 on the ground and 2 in the air, you're not going to beat that team.
I think this is his day to do exactly that, Ryan.
You think so?
I really do. I mean, he's going to play in good weather.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm high on Jacksonville. I am a fan of Trevor Lawrence. All season I've said it. Look out for Jacksonville. They're improving. They did better than I thought they would. I didn't think they would be this, solid. I didn't think their record would be what it was. They are in kind of a meh division. But earlier in the season, we didn't see this, especially the way the Colts were playing earlier this year. My heart really, really wants Jacksonville to win this game, and I am pulling for him. But I think Josh Allen, I always call him Jared. I think Josh Allen, he too has a chip on his shoulder. He's sick of blowing the game in the playoffs. It's something he's done every single time he's been there. He's ready to prove himself, and he's going to prove himself this game.
Derby, did you give a pick?
No, give me the Bills though.
All right,
you said Jacksonville. You picked Jacksonville.
No, I didn't say Jacksonville. I said Bills.
All right, we'll give him that.
Son of a...
And you're saying the Bills as well, Finch.
Yeah, unfortunately, yes.
All right. Next game on the list is the 4:30 game. This should be a good one. It should be a hell of a good game. I don't know the way I seen Seattle handles San Francisco last week. The defense only giving up 3 points to San Fran in San Francisco. But again, Philadelphia is not living up to everything that they should be either. Derpy, coming to you on this one. The 49ers at the Eagles. This is a 4:30 start on Sunday. Who wins this game, Derpy?
Give me the 49ers.
49ers?
Fuck the Eagles.
Finish. 49ers at Eagles.
Yeah, you know what? I think the 49ers might pull it off. The Eagles have been kind of meh lately. And 49ers are hot, and Jim Harbaugh, he's probably wants to show the NFL something. Yeah, I like him. Give me the Niners.
All right. Jim Harbaugh is in San Diego
I'm sorry, not fucking Jim Harbaugh. Who's the coach for San Francisco now? Harbaugh used to coach for them, and I got Harbaugh into mind.
Shanahan?
Yeah.
Young Shanahan. Mike Shanahan, or not Mike, Kyle Shanahan. Yeah. He's been around for quite a while now, and you want to see the guy do well. I like them. The team has done well. Give me San Francisco.
Here we go, guys. Now we're going to the team that Jim Harbaugh actually coaches. 8:00 on Sunday night.
Sorry.
The Chargers are going to be playing the Patriots in New England. I don't like San Diego, the Chargers in this game. I just think that they haven't been playing. They got pieces in place. They just didn't really bring it together this year. They started out winning their first 3 games of the year, which were all 3 division games. You thought this team, they got it going on. They fall apart halfway through the season. I'm not sold on the Chargers at this point. I have the Patriots winning this game. Derpy, I'm going to start with you. This is an 8:00 game Sunday night. It's going to be the Chargers making the trek to Foxborough, Massachusetts. Who wins this football game, Derby? The Chargers or the Patriots?
The Patriots, because 2 things. Foxborough is really, really tough to play in, especially in the playoffs, regardless who's the quarterback.
Absolutely.
And secondly, I don't trust Herbert in the playoffs.
All right, fair enough. Finch, Chargers, Patriots, who do you like?
I do think that the Patriots are the better team. It is in New England, but it's not going to be I just looked up the weather. It's going to be like 41 degrees. It's not going to be a freezing cold day.
Right.
That's actually a pretty comfortable temperature to play in, as long as it's not super windy or like raining or whatever. So pretty comfortable temperature for the players. I don't think that'll be a factor. But however, New England is the better team. The weather always plays a factor when you got a warm weather team like the Chargers. So, but I do think New England wins this game either way. Drake May, man. I hate the Drake, but the guy, he's been great.
You hate the Drake?
I don't like the Drake.
Who doesn't like the Drake?
I hate the Drake.
You hate the Drake.
I hate the Drake.
All right, guys. Last game of the week. I need the prediction, and I need a score for this one as it becomes the tiebreaker for this weekend's picks. Derpy, I'm going to start with you on Sunday night at 8:15 down on the North Shore right here in Pittsburgh. A Monday night football game. This team from Houston Texans is going to be making the trip here as they come up with a 12-5 record in the wild card round of the AFC playoffs. The Steelers are a 3.5-point underdog to this team. Monday. Steelers, Texans. Derpy, who wins and what's the score going to be in this game?
Your Pittsburgh Steelers win 20-13.
All right. Finch, I'm going to come to you. That's actually kind of where I would be with my pick on a score as well. Finch, what do you think? You got the Houston Texans at Pittsburgh, Monday Night Football. Again, Mike Tomlin has never lost a home Monday Night Football game ever. Do what you want
until not this week. I like the Steelers in this game. I agree with both of you that it's going to be a tight one with a Steelers victory. I like said about 21-17. One of those games where it's tight, and at the end of the game, maybe Houston gets the ball and has a chance to drive down the field, and we make a play, just like the Detroit situation a couple weeks ago. I could see that being the thing here. So give me 21-17 on this one.
All right, on the board, everybody agrees with you. You got Tyrone saying your Pittsburgh Steelers. I got Tortillas saying 24-21 to Steelers. I have Tommy String saying 20-17. Everybody agrees it's going to be a close game if we can pull this one off. Guys, so there it is. That is the picks for this week. Everybody is locked into place. I'm going to put this aside until next week when we come back on Tuesday and can finally reveal how the picks went. after the Steelers have their game. Armac also is saying the Steelers on the board. Guys, thank you for your picks. I certainly have seen them all coming as we went. It is now time we have to get to Finch. We have to. Listen, I don't like it as much as you don't like it, as much as everybody else don't like it. We eventually have to wrap up the show. Finch, this is time. Believe it or not, here it is. This is time for the how well do you know your enemy? How well do you know your opponent? Trivia question of the day. We're going to do that in just a moment. But first, let me tell you a little bit.
I'm going to keep my hands up so you don't accuse me of cheating.
A little bit about this website. Do go check out the website at www.the2dumyinzers.com. Lots of cool things over there. Mike does put a lot of work into the website, as he does have his dumb thoughts. He does have the links to all of our contact information. There are links to every episode, guys. Again, we were big 885 today, just 115 episodes away from the big 1,000. A huge milestone for us here at Two Dum Yinzers. And also, if you think that this logo down here by Derpy is sharp, stop over. There's a lot of merchandise with that logo on it. Go check it out at our website, www.the2dumyinzers.com. Go check it out.
And hit that like button while you're at it, too.
Hit that like button. Finch, Derpy, everybody at home, put on your thinking caps, because this is time. It is time. How well do you know your enemy? How well do you know your opponent? This week it is the Houston Texans coming to town off of a 12-5 season. That's a pretty good year. They started slow. They won 9 in a row. That's where the Houston Texans sit right now, guys, and we're going to get into this question. Everybody at home as well. Let's get in on it as well. And the thing about Finch, I listen, with AI, I do things here where I don't have to touch anything when I'm working. I just
here we go.
Well, I push a button.
Here we go.
And it hears me and it answers me as I go. So this hands visible is literally means nothing to me, because again, you're a smart guy. You're a smarter guy than I am in the big picture. And for whatever reason, I wouldn't put it by you to have the AI listening as I talk.
I'm not a cheater, man.
I whisper it really low and your AI can't hear, but
I'm wrong quite often with the trivia here, so you would think
all right. Guys,
just because I nailed one.
Here we go. Put your thinking caps on. Derpy, Mike, everybody at home. Here is the question of the day. Of course, it is a Houston Texans question, but I sweeten the deal for you a little bit. You'll see in just a moment. Of course, being a longtime player of the Houston Texans, what's the most sacks J.J. Watt has had in a season while playing for the Houston Texans? Again, Myles Garrett just breaking the record. TJ, the brother, the Texans coming here. So I pulled it all together. The question of the day, guys, what's the most sacks J.J. Watt has had in a season while playing for the Houston Texans? Tommy's saying 15 on the board. Armac is saying 19 on the board. Vegas is saying Derpy's favorite movie is Belly. Corey's saying 20 is how many he's saying that the most amount of sacks that JJ Watt, again, long time, most of his career was with the Texans, finished up there in Arizona. But question of the day, what's the most sacks JJ Watt has ever had in a season playing for Houston? For Houston, not Arizona, just Houston. Christopher is saying 17. Finch, I'm going to start with you this round. How many do you think? What is the most amount of sacks J.J. Watt ever had in a season?
I really am clueless to this. I don't know. I really don't know. So, but when you said the question, I knew immediately I had no idea. The first number that popped in my head for some reason was 17. So I'm just going to go with 17. That's a high number, but also not quite close to the record. That seems like something he's capable of.
All right, I'm going to lock you in. Final answer?
Yeah, 17. Right. 1-7.
Locking Finch in on 17. Derpy, I'm going to come to you. Let me read the question again so there is no mistakes, no misunderstandings. Here we go. J.J. Watt, the longtime Houston Texan, what's the most sacks J.J. Watt has had in a single season while playing for the Texans? On the board, plenty of different answers. Jen is saying 20.5. Christopher says 17. Armac is saying 19. Tommy's saying 15. Finch got 17. Derpy, what do you think? What's the
21.
most amount of sacks? You're saying 21?
Yeah.
And is that your final answer?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to lock you in on that. All right, guys, so here we go. Question of the day. Everybody got their a lot of people got their guesses on board. Finch and Derpy locked in, 21 and 17. Question of the day. What's the most amount of sacks J.J. Watt had in a single season while playing for the Houston Texans, guys? One person One person, two people, three people got it right. The answer, guys, is he did it 2 times. 20 and a half sacks. Jen, Ty, and also
those are Hall of Fame numbers.
Vegas. They all got it. 20 and a half sacks.
Excellent.
JJ Watt, 2 different times, guys.
Good job, guys.
In 2012 and 2014 is 2 years that he did that. He was a beast. I think people were just really I truly honestly think this people I think people kind of forgot about JJ in a way, because his time is it's been passed, and the younger people don't know him for what he was.
And he didn't play on a Super Bowl winning team. That's a big part of it too. He didn't have that moment.
Oh my!
JJ Watt was amazing.
He was a beast.
He was,
and he would block passes. He would jump 12 feet in the air. Sometimes
he was always intercepting balls from the defensive end position, and just doing all the things. JJ Watt was a monster. I think one of the best if you look at all numbers when it comes down to it. But guys, the correct answer was 2 times he did it in Houston, 20 and a half sacks. He did it in 2012, 2014. Great job, guys, on the board. A few people did get it. Congratulations to everybody that did. A couple things before we do get ready to wrap up. I do want to say this. Don't forget, you do have a chance to grab my balls. That's right. If you just tuned in, let me explain. You have a chance to grab my balls, and the Grab My Balls playoff game giveaway. That's right. This football right behind me that has been autographed by these players. One moment. Cam Hayward, the captain of your team's defense. Antonio Brown, the best statistical receiver of your team. Also, Charlie Batch, the longtime Steel Valley grad from right here in Pittsburgh, backup quarterback behind Ben, Super Bowl champion backup Charlie Batch. David Del Castro, one of the great offensive linemen over the past 25 years for sure. Cortez Allen, Derek Moy from right here in Rochester, and also Ross Patrone. All these autographs right here could be yours. All you got to do is go right down below in the super chat, find that $. It only takes $1 to enter. You can enter as many times as you want, but Monday, 2 more shows. Bob. 2 more shows after today, you will have the opportunity to get entered in. As we'll draw this, and I'll be passing it out to you on Monday between then and the game when that happens. So, guys, get in on this final on this giveaway. Again, Grab My Balls playoff giveaway. Get in it today. A few more things, though, before we do get ready to wrap things up. Let me say this. If you haven't had a chance yet, go check out our social media. We are everywhere. You could go to Facebook. You could go to X, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, Threads, and even TikTok. That's right, TikTok. Go over and hit the follow button and keep up with the 2 Dum Yinzers are up to on a day-to-day basis. Also, if you haven't had a chance yet, do hit the like button down below. Sub, share, and even comment if you like right here. It all helps us out in the algorithm. We appreciate all of it. Thank you so much, guys. And let me ask you, finish anything before we do start getting ready to wrap it up for the day.
Go Steelers. That's all I got to say, man. Thanks for having me on the show. Much love in the chat, man. The chat has been awesome to me today. I don't know why. I got all these, I got a lot of compliments. I got the hat. I was called funny. They called me a kid. People told me they loved me. I mean, I wish women treated me as well as you guys do. Thanks for all the love. It's much appreciated on my side, and you guys in the chat just keep being awesome.
If I can interfere for just a moment, yesterday, I don't remember what it was, but as we were going off the air, I remember Tyrone actually saying yesterday on the show, he says, please have Finch on Friday. And I don't remember what it was about, but I do know that he was asking to have you in this week. So
yes,
I know that.
Yeah, Ty is awesome, and I've been on his channel or with him and the other guy, Black Magic, Jamal. Thank you, man. I suck with the names, dude. I'm so sorry.
You do.
but
also Jamal. But I don't. Let me blow a little bit more smoke up your butt before we do go. Jamal right now just did say that Finch is the GOAT. So there you go. You get a lot of love.
Jamal. You're awesome. And then of course Cody and those guys all and Tortilla, they show up on that show as well. So you guys need to go check out the Talking Trash with the Steelers gang because they have a fun channel and a fun setup, and it's just
right.
It's that it's just buddies hanging out and bullshitting. It's that thing, you know what I mean? It doesn't have the cleanliness that you have in a professional show, unlike not really this one, but you know what I mean. Those guys, it's a lot of fun and it's interesting and they're silly and they're having a good time and it makes for a fun listen and it's cool when they have me on there. And I love when you guys.
I like the guys. I like the people that's there. I like Jamal. I like Tyrone. I like Cody. I like Tortilla, RMax, Somber. Everybody that's over there.
Great personality makes for great television,
absolutely.
Folks.
And you know what? We wouldn't. They're part of the crew, guys. We all do this thing together in the big picture, guys. Always go check them guys out over at Talking Trash with the Steeler Gang. Hope to see Jamal and Tyrone and the crew have it up And still, I'm seeing what he's saying on the board here. But again, keep your eye open. They might get it back together. Again, yesterday there were some issues, Finch, but I think that the guys are going to eventually get it together. They love what they do, and they do what they do. So
shit happens. We'll be all right. They're over it.
We're going to keep our fingers crossed on that for them. I do want to say a couple more things before we do wrap it up. If you do get, you do want to get your drink on Monday night for the big game, don't forget, guys, especially here in the area, you can stop at Giant Eagle. They do now have 6-pack or 12 packs available of Duquesne Pilsner. Lots of Duquesne Pilsner certainly flying around here. We always have some in the studio for game day. Get your 12-pack or get your case at any distributor. Duquesne Pilsner, as they do mention us in a lot of their promotional posts, we couldn't be more thankful, and that's why we're just asking to maybe give a little love back to them. Swing by any of their social media, click the like button, follow button, or definitely stop by and get the case before the big game Monday. Get your drink on, made right here in Pittsburgh. Duquesne Pilsner, and as it says on the can, guys, grab a Duke.
Grab a Duke.
We are live 5 days, guys, every week, Monday through Friday, 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. every day right here, as Finch followed up last time on the tube. And finally, I do want to say thank you so much to everybody for coming and hanging out and checking us out today. We certainly appreciate each and every one of you. We truly wouldn't do without you guys and gals. Thank you so much, guys. You are the best. I want to thank everybody on the board. You guys always keep things interesting here on the show, and everybody at home, in the car, in the gym, at work, wherever you may be listening or watching. We want to thank you too. You guys all make it worthwhile, and you guys are the lifeblood of the show. Thank you so much, guys. Derpy, anything before we wrap it up for the day?
I mean, here we go, Steelers. I just sent something in the group chat that I don't know if you've seen, Ryan, but
I did not.
Do you want to bring it up, Finch?
In
about the weather in Chicago.
Yeah, just say it, yeah.
Expected to be 9 degrees with gusts of wind up to 30 miles.
Oh, there's supposed to be snow.
There's snow, yeah.
That Bears-Packers game, guys, expected. You tune in on that game.
Those are fun to watch.
That is also a late game, so evenings you start to get that snow and the cooler weather up north here.
Yeah.
So thank you for that, Derpy. Finch, anything else before we wrap it up?
Nope, I said what I got to say. Go Steelers. Love you guys. Love this crowd. Love everybody. I even like the people we don't like.
One more thing.
Yeah.
The Average Boys and the review should be back on Sunday.
All right, guys, tune in after the big game on Sunday. Tune in to the Dum Yinzers Network. You can check out Derpy and Chris as they have their nerd show. The what is it called? The
Average Boys podcast.
The Average Boys podcast. I apologize.
Podcast, yes.
The thing is, I do know it, but for whatever reason, it slipped my mind. I apologize. The Average Boys podcast, Sunday night after the game. Do check it out. Derpy will be there. Finally, Finch, this is one term that I kept hearing as the week has been moving on. Smear the steer. Smear the steer. This is going around because we are playing the
It's not Texans. What we used to call it.
This was on the show yesterday. Finch, what did we call that? I just can't remember what that was called. Smear the steer, smear. I don't know what it was. But again,
it was a word that means strange. It's a synonym for the word strange. I believe it's a queer. Queer was the word that we used to use
Smear
there.
The queer. And you know what it was?
And it was a fun game. It was a great football or alternative game to play on the playground.
And they did it. We had it up on the board. Actually, we did answer that question yesterday.
Smear the queer,
the one that we didn't know that somebody brought up, smear the man. Smear the man. It was never called that in my neighborhood, but
I don't hate that. In a very urban neighborhood, people who use that phrase and they hate the man,
right.
That was a very popular phrase in the 90s in urban areas. I could see that being a name for that.
And again, with the smear the queer as well, there's nothing wrong.
It just rhymed. That's what it was. Right. It rhymed. And when you're 10 years old, that's a funny rhyme.
And you always throw it to you always throw the ball to the weakest kid and have him do it first.
Yeah, he was the one that was always got smeared. And let's be totally frank here, man. In those days in the 80s and 90s, when you were 10, 11, 12 years old at that time, you weren't really using the word queer in the context that it is more known as now. Yes, it was used that way by adults, but us as children, we didn't have the internet to teach us these things.
When you're a kid, you don't know what the hell you're saying.
We didn't have the internet to teach us these things, So, and you didn't hear that word on TV used in that context very often, at least not anything.
Tommy right on the board. He's saying was always smear the queer here again. Thing. There's nothing
that's not meant to be an insult to people.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but guys, we are going to wrap it up.
Exactly.
We did bring it up yesterday. It was just something I wanted to make sure I said while you were on the show, Finch.
Yeah, I that was a nice little quick conversation to have because I'm with you on that. Yeah,
absolutely.
That's what it was called. That's what we called it. And there's no offense to any people
absolutely
with it.
Not.
But if they want to change the name, whatever, dude, call it what you want.
We do want to say thank you so much, everybody, for coming and hanging out. We will be back tomorrow at our regular time to do it all over again as we head into the weekend. Again, tonight, don't forget, you do have Ole Miss Miami. That game's at 7:30. Tomorrow, we'll talk about that, and Oregon and Indiana also going into the NFL playoff weekend. Guys, so much to talk about tomorrow. We hope to see everybody back then. We'll be back at our regular time to do it all over again. Again, we want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out today. We're greatly appreciated. And for Derpy, for Finch, for Mike, myself, the two Dum Yinzers, have a great Thursday, and we'll see everybody tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Later, Mike.